Nah.
I didn't like the raisins in the potato salad.
LA people have been on fire.
How do you know that if you couldn't, you wouldn't fuck Kim Kardashian? How do you know that you wouldn't rush the stage with a Hennessy bottle when Taylor Swift wins over Beyonce?
You niggas in trouble.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another new episode Behind the Scene Podcast. Team up with the Mad Nucleus Podcast. Justimus motherfucking Prime is back in here. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Welcome to YouTube. It's been a minute since we collabed, man. It's been like almost a year, over a year.
Something like that.
Since those Discord days.
Yep.
It's good. It's good to have you back on, man. What you been up to, man?
I mean, not much. I podcast whenever I get a chance, and I got the Mad Nucleus Podcast. For those that don't know and do know, that's what the name of the podcast I have. It's on Anchor and Spotify, Google and Apple, and various other platforms I can't think of. But any of your audience out there that's interested, go check it out over there. And, hopefully I'll be expanding it, anytime I can. So,
all right, for sure, bro. Yeah, you'd be covering your sports and your entertainment talks on there. Speaking of entertainment, so I think we just do a little lead off topic that we got. There's been a lot of news lately for entertainment. And the one thing that kind of stuck out for me was was the continuation of I Am Legend. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yep. I mean, I didn't even try to read up on it because I did not like the first movie at all. I mean, those survival type movies are, you can take them with whatever, you can take them how they are. But, but they've been talking about this for years, man. And, nothing ever really came about until like the last couple days.
Right. You're right, because there has been rumors about doing a potential sequel or whatever. I'm not sure if the book series had more than one book or not. But how telling is this? Where you have Will Smith returning based on an alternate ending on a DVD, only for him to basically give the reins over to Michael B. Jordan to continue the franchise. Like, that's a little bit weird, ain't it?
Yeah, and here's something that kind of really gets you gotta laugh at, or you just go, "Oh my God, really?" Is when somebody is red hot, like Michael B. Jordan, for instance, that you just mentioned his name.
Uh-huh.
They want to do these remakes and these sequels with these stars, and the first thing they'll say is whoever the hottest commodity is Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors, and Gal Gadot, or anybody else like that. And it's like, folks, they can't do every single movie or remake or sequel to something. They can't do it all, man. They want to do their own thing, and they can't do it all. So that right there isn't weird. It's weird that they talk about that, but it's weird that they even think that he's going to be able to do all these projects at the same time. And, and it's kind of like lazy casting because your favorite actor or the actor that you're hot on the griddle with isn't always right for the part. For instance, we all love Leonardo DiCaprio or Denzel Washington, right?
Right.
But you're not going to cast Leonardo DiCaprio as Spider-Man or Green Lantern or something like that. You're not going to cast him as that. He's not built for that.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be a great supporting guy, a mentor or something for it, but you're not casting him as that. You're not casting Denzel as Jon Stewart at this point in his career. He might have been a great Jon Stewart back during his glory days when he was winning Oscars with Glory and when he was doing Malcolm X in Philadelphia. But not now. Not now. And not now. Well, he would have now, like I said, supporting a great substantial supporting role. Yes. I'm not against that, but casting him as somebody that's supposed to be younger, like 35, between 35 and 40, that's not his type of role now. Because remember, he's
Right.
doing the Equalizer. Yeah, and the
Right.
Equalizer is a savvy veteran. So, yeah.
I think it's an interesting point because in this day and age, you know that the age of the Hollywood star is supposedly going away,
Yeah.
right? It's more about the characters
Yeah,
and the
they're not making.
IP
Yeah,
rather than
that,
the star.
that's what
So,
Anthony. Yeah,
oh,
that's what Anthony Mackie said, right? He said the age of
right,
actual Hollywood stars making their own characters up are long gone, and I think he's right.
right. With Quentin Tarantino said the same thing as well, or a similar effect to that. So do you
I mean,
think?
there's still a few.
Yeah. Do you think?
Go ahead.
Do you think that Michael B. Jordan has that star power? Like, if he's one of the few that has a box office draw, that has a media draw, wouldn't it be smart to put him? You know, I think it's straightforward to put him in the film of a sequel that made decent money back in the day, to
Yeah,
continue the franchise forward because these companies they're looking for safe investments. I think that's as almost as safe as you can get for that.
yeah. Here's what's going for Michael B. Jordan is he has the same appeal as a Jason Momoa, where he can draw the female crowd. The females love Michael B. Jordan. That helps. As you'll see, that he has a movie coming out in 2 weeks called Creed 3.
Oh yeah.
Who is his co-star in this? Jonathan Majors, another
Hmm.
up and coming rising star. So
Hmm.
that movie is gonna grow some money.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
has that what I call that Jason Momoa, Brad Pitt type appeal, where the
Hmm.
females go to their movies. As far as him making up his own characters, I mean, I guess you could say Creed is his thing. He's playing
Hmm.
Adonis Creed and not Apollo Creed. So
Hmm.
that's one thing going for him. But as far as totally different characters, um, from a universe, from in a whole different type of universe, like John Wick. That's Keanu Reeves, John Wick, but we've seen a John Wick type character before in um Robert McCall's The Equalizer. We've seen it with Jason Bourne. And what's the Liam Neeson's character's name from Taken?
No one really knows. It's just Liam Nielsen being himself
He has
at
a
this
name
point.
or something. And before
Yeah.
all of them came along, there was Paul Kersey, played by the late, great Charles Bronson. I love
Hmm.
Charles Bronson, by the way. But Paul Kersey was the first. Charles Bronson, when he acted in movies, he didn't play characters adapted from novels. He played characters that they made up on the fly, and it worked.
Hmm. Original
You're not
scripts, original
getting,
screenplays.
yeah, yeah, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're not getting that no more.
Hmm.
It's very, very, very few characters that's like that. And they're all carbon copies of something that came 20, 30, 40 years before that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the industry right now is less about they want to take the least amount of risk, especially after this pandemic era. You saw what happened with Avatar 2, right back up
Yeah.
there, top 5, top 4 of all time.
I
So
think it's the highest grossing film today. I read an article that it surpassed Titanic and it's yet to surpass the original. So
yeah,
it's
I mean,
gonna get there. I know
right,
it. I'm not betting against James Cameron.
right. But
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the subject of I Am Legend, a sequel, going
Yeah.
without Will Smith, there is a track record of franchises or films trying to do sequels without him, and they are box office blunders. You look at something like Men in Black,
Mm,
you look at something like
mm,
Independence Day, and you look at something like The
mm,
Suicide Squad. Whether you want to put an asterisk next to that due to the release on HBO Max and theaters, but the stats basically state that any film that Will Smith stars in, if there's a sequel and he's not in it, it's a catastrophe.
mm,
So for them to bring him back, and we know the reason why they're bringing him back because they don't want that blunder. It's not like they're going to do I Am Legend
mm,
straightforward with just Michael B. Jordan starting from scratch.
yeah.
I think they're hedging their bets and they're trying to make a safe blanket net for the audience. Have Will Smith in the first 35 by Act 2 or by the end of Act 1, Will Smith will probably die or go away, and then Michael B. Jordan has to pick up the reins for the rest of the franchise. I do think it's messed up to bring him back, and also, you know, when you put someone like Michael B. Jordan in the film, you're pretty much kind of axing Will Smith out for a sequel, and I think that's you know, I think this is just a result of the slap at the Oscars, to tell you the truth. I don't think that you don't usually do that for a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, you basically bring on the younger, up and talented, the younger star in your film to basically take over the reins for you. Now, I might be wrong with this assumption. Maybe they both live. Maybe the third movie has both of them in it or whatever. But I believe that just bringing him on makes me feel like it's a safety net for just basically not having just Will Smith completely lead the film. You know, that's what I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a few interesting points, and I did not realize what you said at first about his movies having sequels without him being blunders. And when you named them, I cringed at all of them because all of them, I did not see Independence Day 2, and I did not care to see Men in Black, the latest Men in Black. That looked terrible.
I was going to see it, but the reviews looked so bad. I was like, all right, well, I'm not seeing it.
I mean, I didn't read reviews. It just looked terrible, period. And I mean, man, that just shows how much, how big Will Smith's star power is, man. You can't deny, you can take away the slap, what happened last year and all that stuff. But if you seen his latest movie, Emancipation, that was a great movie. If they'd have did an Emancipation 2, people would have been like, oh, come on, man, that's already been done before. Or somebody else's, they'll try to tell somebody else's story and say Emancipation 2. But that movie got good reviews, and, you know, for them, if they was to ever try to do a sequel to something like that, that would be so ridiculous and redundant. But I think them doing a sequel to I Am Legend 2 is redundant in itself, but you don't want to mess up what you had at first when you had the original star in it, especially, you know, if he's willing to come back and do it. You know, they're doing Bad Boys 4. They're not going to do Bad Boys 4 without Will Smith.
No.
I can't imagine them doing Bad Boys 4 without Will or Martin involved in it. Nobody would go watch it. You know, you remember back in the days when Will and Martin was red hot with their TV shows, right? Everybody wanted to see them collaborate on something, and they made it happen. Michael Bay made it happen. Dropped a classic called Bad Boys.
The rest is history.
Everybody was like, yo, yes. I was like, yo, I'm there. My parents were there. My sister was there. You can't sell that to any other combination now without one or the other being in it. And like you said,
they tried with Independence Day.
The curse of the,
They tried with Independence Day with Jeff Goldblum. He came back for that. Did it make a difference?
But you know what? They needed Will. Really. They needed Bill Coleman.
They did.
I think they needed those three. They needed those three. I think they needed those three, not just one, but all three.
Yeah.
Hell, you could even throw Vivica Fox back in there, man, and people would have still been happy. I mean, she's not a star, but just the fact that this is she's, you know, just for eye candy, I guess.
Yeah. Much respect to Vivica, because she did a thing for many years. You know what I'm saying? It's just a cycle. Yeah, entertainment goes in cycles. No disrespect to Vivica Fox, but they need.
But just to have her in it, you would know that they're taking it seriously because she was one of the original characters.
Right. She was the mother.
And she lived.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna see it. I'm probably gonna see it. I Am Legend 2, even though they took the alternate ending. They took the ending that wasn't even theatrically released to say,
and they put it on DVD.
They put it on DVD, and now they're going with the storyline of the alternate ending, basically saying, "Oh yeah, well, what you saw in the first movie didn't actually happen." That was the case.
That was in case they didn't sell. They always, that was a sales pitch when they did stuff like that. It was
Yeah.
always some kind of sales pitch, alternate ending, this and this and that, because alternate endings, folks, have been around since the beginning of time. You read about them, but you never get to see them. Some of them you get to see.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
think
don't
that
even go
alternate
through the
ending was
example.
original. I think that one was the original though, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Usually, it's weird they have something like that close ended, where it's like, oh, there's
Yeah.
no chance of survival. You're like, but they had the alternate ending where Will Smith's character did live, but they went with a
Yeah.
different ending where he died, which is weird because
Oh,
sequelitis, all this other thing. So it's like that's why I think it has more powerful moment to it, because you thought that Will was gonna make it. You thought his character was gonna make it, and he didn't in the
Yeah.
film. And I think that made the difference. That was some of the differences from the book as well. So the fact that they went back, basically dug him up from the grave and say, "Oh, don't worry, we'll just tell the audience that the alternate ending was the real one," and just continue on. I mean, is that how hungry we are for another hit? I mean, Hollywood is desperate for more blockbuster hits.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a story about one movie that I didn't even know, because I was a kid then and we didn't have all this access to information like we got now.
Sure.
This back in the early 90s, they used to have on WGNT UPN, they used to play late nights on Fridays and Saturdays, horror films and stuff, and on your local channels and stuff. But WGNT and UPN was considered local television, only different subdivisions and stuff. To make a long story short, they show horror films at about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So one night I was watching a movie called Night of the Creeps. Never seen it before. That year was about 1991, and it came on then. And the original ending of that film had, well, the ending they showed was made for TV, which was the guy, one of the heroes, he sacrifices himself, and at the end, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie before, because I know you're not into horror like that.
No, I didn't watch those feature films before.
Okay. I don't want to give it away to those who have not seen it.
Yeah.
But since is basically at the end, one of the heroes apparently lives, but he doesn't. And it's open for a sequel. We never got the sequel to it. Now, the original ending just showed, it was a jump scare. The original ending was a jump scare. But the ending they showed on television was the ending that kept it open for a sequel.
Okay.
But we never got the sequel. We never got the sequel to that. And I did not know about this until years and years later. And of course, they dropped anniversary versions of the DVD because it was a popular cult hit. When something's a cult hit, don't be surprised when they drop these 25th, 35th, 40th anniversary DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that. So
right. Okay.
And I remember it like it was yesterday. Huh?
Are you gonna check out I Am Legend 2? You gonna see it in theaters?
Probably not in theaters. I'm really not into those survival type movies where
right.
Yeah, because it's like when one character or two people are involved, you know what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, when I saw it, it was like, what the hell did I just watch? I mean, there was nothing in this movie that did anything for me, but that's just me. And I know that it has its own following. It has its own cult following. It drops some cool Easter eggs in that movie, but I could care less if we get I Am Legend 2 or not. If I check it out, it'll be on streaming.
On streaming. All right, cool. I mean, that's the industry that we're in right now. It's not something worthwhile, which a lot of people feel like a lot of these films aren't worthwhile. They'll wait for it on streaming, and then the big blockbuster, Marvel, Fast Furious, all the big sci-fi epic, films. Those are the ones we're going to pay. Yeah, man. So speaking of science fiction and star power, Flashpoint. Trailer came out. Trailer came out during the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was, let's just say we were all very pessimistic and negative towards the film before the trailer dropped, and after the trailer dropped, I
Yeah.
think the perception has changed, man. What did you think about it?
Well, first and foremost, I've been on the wait and see type bandwagon. This is something that we fail to forget is whatever happened to the wait and see factor. Don't get yourself too high and don't get yourself too low. That's what I was on. I was anxious for it to drop, and I said, let's see what they got, because you do not drop a trailer on Super Bowl Sunday and that at least be epic, or you think it ain't epic, or it's going to be epic or something like that, or close to it. When you at the major sporting events, when all eyes are on you, you know, when I watched it, I was like, okay. And then I saw some stuff I didn't expect to see in that trailer. I was like, yo, what did I just watch? So I watched it about 7 to 8 more times. And I even watched some video breakdowns of what I may have missed. And it was like, man, I don't need to see any more trailers.
Right, because you
just release whatever. I'm all in. I'm all in for this. And just move the date up. But they're not going to do that.
No,
they moved the date up 1 week. They did that 1 week, but they're not going to do that again. But I don't need to see any more trailers. I'm all in.
Right, man. And I mean, you talk about, higher to lows. I'm surprised you're looking at those trailer breakdowns, because sometimes, man, most of that stuff kind of spoil the whole movie for you, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I looked at it because, you get the notifications on YouTube that a person releases a video on this and that.
Right.
And they say, is this person this, is this and this and this and that. And then it makes you wonder. The curiosity factor goes from here to up here, and you're like, I gotta see this movie just to see if this theory that I got in my head is true. And then you're wondering, what other cameos, who else is going to show up? What surprises are we going to get? That's what you want to avoid is the spoilers of the surprise. I believe in the element of surprise. A lot of people don't care about that stuff, and then they complain that the movie wasn't as good as that they hoped. So it is like, yeah, because you were watching a bunch of YouTube videos of people looking to spoil the good time. I believe in the element of surprise. So I don't need to look at any more trailers, no more video breakdowns. Just release the TV spots and I'm all in. Take my money for this one.
Okay. I mean, for me, I was kind of like in the middle, and I was a little bit pessimistic because I know you think DC's DC's lineup's been decent. I've been on the board of saying they're more misses than hits. And that's the difference between me and you. I feel like they're more misses than hits. So for me, I was not looking forward to it. But now I am. I mean, it was also a mystery box kind of thing. They delayed this thing for 2 years. They're saying this is great. This needs to come out. We don't care what Ezra Miller does. We need to make money. You know what I mean?
Well, the story behind getting it made should be a paperback novel in itself. So we're not going to go through all that.
No. Because we know you can write that paperback by yourself, by the way.
I'm going to need some help because there's stuff I don't know. I just go by the stuff that I read.
Right. So we know there's reshoots, there's retcons, it was planned for something, now it's planned for something else. So that was the intrigue, to be honest with you. It was like, what the hell's in this movie that they delayed for 2 years, and they're chopping up, and then they're basically remixing it to make whatever profit they can get. This is their one. This is their baby. It's not Aquaman 2. It's not Shazam 2. It is Flashpoint the movie. That's what they're hedging all their bets on, and they're going all in it for the Super Bowl with the trailer. So with that, what was the intrigue? Now we basically see that they were smart to put Batman in this film, because this is Flash and Friends the movie. We're being honest.
I said that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, because but from what I gather is that it is very Flash centric. And you can't, and the reason why it is Flash centric, because let's talk about all this talk, this hoopla about how they were going to promote the movie because of the Ezra Miller stuff that has went on, that a lot of people that do know, and then there's other people that don't know. The general audience don't know and don't care. They just know that they saw something epic at the Super Bowl to them. Then there's those of us who get the information, out of boredom. We read up on this stuff. We read the headlines. We take what we take from it and stuff. But all this talk about this movie, how they're gonna promote it going forward, was they're not gonna have none of the posters or none of the trailers are gonna have his face or nothing like that. And I was like, well, then it's not a Flash centric movie if they can block off his face and digitally remove and spend all this money, which they're not gonna do to do that. It's just not possible to do that. And you saw in that trailer, Flash was in almost every frame except for a handful of them, or somebody, or Barry Allen, or him as the Flash. Right. Was in every frame except for, a few frames here and there. But it was very Flash-centric, and they are going to use his face to promote this movie because it's the Flash, not Batman and Supergirl featuring the Flash like they thought it was going to be. Because both Batmans in this movie, maybe the ones that we know about, are only in certain scenes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and stuff like that. So they are promoting it as a Flash movie, but they're going to continue to use Batman. They're going to continue to use Supergirl because they are a vital part of the plot. Mm-hmm. To those that think that they're going to really,
and they're highly marketable.
They're not going to use. They're not going to make a film about Flash and try to work around them because of what's going on with Ezra Miller, because we haven't heard anything from Ezra Miller in the last, I don't know how many months, and that's a good thing. As long as he keeps his nose clean, out of sight, out of mind, you're not going to care. You're just walking in hoping to see a very good movie, a great movie, good movie. You're just hoping to walk in and watch it, have a good time. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing like three characters, he's playing like three, possibly more that they haven't revealed. He's playing more than one role for sure. He's probably playing at least three roles. So he is going to have some decent screen time, and it is going to revolve around him. But the icing on the cake, what's going to draw everybody, is going to be Batman.
We know that.
It's going to be Supergirl.
We know that.
It's going to be Val Zod. It's going to be like, it's basically you're using all the bits and pieces from the Snyderverse. You're using some new stuff. You're using some old stuff. You try to use everything you can to pull in people's attention and saying like, this looks like a kind of like almost like a Justice League, Brave and Bold kind of team up movie. It looks like a team up movie almost, so to speak. And I think
in certain parts of the movie.
In certain parts of the movie, and it is a team up. It is a team up for sure in certain parts of the movie. But I mean, for those,
it's a
huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was
just going to say it's a very important movie. Yeah. I was just going to say it's a very important movie. That's all I'm going to say. It's probably the most important movie. It's the most important movie in the DC universe right now. So I'm going to say that. And like you said, team ups and all that stuff. So, yeah.
No, for sure. Because Shazam's going to probably get buried next month. Between John Wick, Creed, and who else?
And Scream.
Scream,
Scream, yeah.
Shazam's gonna get buried next month, even though it got changed from this past fall, which was gonna get buried by Wakanda and Avatar and Black Adam. It
was gonna get buried by Avatar more so because it was supposed to open up around Christmas, and then Avatar. So they moved it up to March, and then it turns out, all these other movies that people want to see, Creed, Scream, John Wick, is like, oh shoot, come on. I mean, Shazam has a small little audience, so people will go see that, but I don't think it's gonna. If it makes more than the last movie, they'll be fine with that because they can't expect it to all over double and all that stuff. If it does double, I'll be very surprised if it doubles, but if it is, that's good.
I think it'd be funny if it actually outdid Black Adam. I think that'd be hilarious. That'd be kind of clever for a little bit for Dwayne to thought he was too big to be associated with Black Adam, and then for the sequel to go on and do better than his movie would be funny. Oh, we got a comment. We got Uncle Jack in here, Justin in the building, the series finale right here. What's up, man? No arguments today, man. We've been peaceful, man. We ain't going at it like before, man. We pretty civil. Maybe until we talk about Ant-Man 3. maybe then we'll.
I didn't see Ant-Man 3, so I'm gonna just listen to what you got to say about it. And if I think you missed something from the trailers or something, I might just say, what about this and that if you miss it. But speaking of The Rock, I can really appreciate what he was trying to do, but at the same time, his ego kind of was getting in the way of stuff because everybody all the comic book nerds who follow this stuff religiously, all the comic book people out there, I'm not a part of that, but knows that Shazam's biggest adversary is Black Adam. Why is he trying to get Black Adam to fight Superman? I know they probably fought in the comics, but go through Shazam first, and you can work in Superman in one of the sequels. But you are Shazam's adversary. All your focus should have been on Zachary Levi. Well, Zachary Levi's character. Zachary Levi can act circles around The Rock. This is not even up for debate. Zachary Levi is a terrific actor. The Rock is not so much, but he has star power. The Rock is a draw. Zachary Levi is not a draw, but if you're going to go to acting class, sit down, take lessons, watch Zachary Levi if you're going to watch the two. But
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. The Rock's been playing the same role for a long time. So
somebody had the nerve to say, you're not watching The Rock. That's his wrestling persona. I was like, dude, The Rock is the same guy we've been watching since he became the big star Rock in wrestling. When he talks the same way in all of his movies. He acts the same way in all of his movies except for one. Be Cool. And my dad said I didn't even recognize him because he was so small.
Right.
He was playing a homosexual character too. He did a pretty good job in that. I must say he did good in that. Even though that's not my cup of tea, but he did good in that. But all his other movies, I see The Rock. And I'm not here to do a hatchet job on The Rock, but like I said, I can really appreciate what he was trying to do. To get Henry Cavill back meant so much to the DC fans because he is today's Superman, and it's gonna be extremely hard for whoever James Gunn casts as Superman. If his Superman is wearing skinny jeans, emo, using non-binary stuff and stuff, nobody is not gonna say it.
Hold up. We ain't gonna go there, man. We ain't gonna go there. Hold
on. We ain't gonna go there, but it would feel like it's pandering, though. It would feel like they're trying to pander. Your Superman has to look like a man and somebody that you go, I can respect that.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
Because Henry Cavill is an Adonis, dude. Just like Jason Momoa, the dude is Adonis. You respect that Aquaman compared to fish and the blonde haired fish and the chips and stuff like that.
Come on, man. If we being Jason Momoa is not really Aquaman, bro. That's Lobo. He's not. That's even really Lobo, but Arthur Curry.
But Arthur Curry deserved. You got to give Zack Snyder credit for this. He had to cast a badass dude as Aquaman because of the previous. Yeah. Everybody was cracking the Aquaman jokes, including me. I was on the back in the day. Was I not doing that? And I said, now this is what we talking about. That's what we need. That's probably not what we envisioned, but that's what we need.
The best way to make an Aquaman movie is not to have Aquaman in it. The best way to make Aquaman movie is not have Aquaman.
And I don't mean to go at the. I don't mean to. I apologize to the the alphabet community, but even they would probably agree. I want my Superman to look like somebody I can respect and go, yeah, I don't think I want to mess with that dude, or yeah, that looks like Superman.
To a certain degree, that is.
It's going to be so hard.
It is his appeal, right? But if you're a Kryptonian, you don't really need to look like that. You got laser vision. You already got you got all the powers. You got all the powers on Earth. You don't really need to be all slow or whatever to beat up people. You know what I mean? Look at Supergirl. Supergirl's
Little
not
bit,
ripped.
man.
You know what I'm saying? She's stronger than Superman in some instances. I'm going my
But you want Supergirl to,
you know what I mean?
Okay. So you think that James Gunn can cast a frail Superman like in Flashpoint Paradox?
I'm thinking
Flashpoint Paradox. You remember when frail Superman? You think that he can get away with that? Like honestly, do you really think he could get away with casting a frail Superman?
I'm thinking like a swimmer's physique, sure, like a Michael Phelps physique person. I mean,
because
especially if he's a younger
Tyler
dude, especially if he's younger. I mean,
but now the reports that came out yesterday or something like that this Superman is going to be older than 25 years old.
Older than 25? I thought they were.
You're talking on that's near peak Superman, bro. Huh?
I thought they were going for younger.
They say they're going to be younger than Henry Cavill, because Henry Cavill is going to be 40 this year, but this Superman is going to be around 30. Much like when Henry Cavill started, he was 30 when we saw him.
He was 30, right? He was like a 30-year-old Superman, right? I don't know about that. When they say younger, I'm thinking 21.
Them casting some frail Superman.
Okay. I
don't know if it's true. They said he's going to be older than 25.
About Robert Pattinson. They said the same thing about Robert Pattinson. Look what he did.
He does not look like Batman. He's a good Batman, but you know, of course, he wasn't a good Bruce Wayne. But compare him to how Michael Keaton looks, Ben Affleck looks, and even Christian Bale looks. Nah, bro, I'm not picking him to win against any of them other Batman.
He looks like Batman to me, man. I mean, his armor is a little bit more.
Robert Pattinson looks like Batman to you.
Robert Pattinson.
If he put on a little bit more weight, he got to put in. He can act the part, but he got to put on a little bit more weight. And I ain't saying he got to be, Ben Affleck big, but he was looking pretty gone in that suit, bro. They add extra padding to that suit. You can look at it and tell.
They add a little extra padding, sure, a little extra armor, but he was mobile. It didn't look. He looked more natural than Ben Affleck to me. Because I think
Ben Affleck was moving like Superman in his suit, man. Stop it.
He was an action figure. Ben Affleck I couldn't take that shit for real. He looked like a freaking action figure, man. It was too much.
Man,
he went overboard.
Pattinson was too emo. Pattinson needs to eat a couple of cheeseburgers, bro.
Oh man, that's millennial Batman,
man.
That's millennial Batman. That's year one. That's a young Bruce Wayne.
Well, are you going to pick him against Ben Affleck in a fight?
No, because Ben Affleck was the Punisher. No, because Ben Affleck was the Punisher. He wasn't even Batman. He was not even Batman. Ben Affleck was the Punisher, bro. He was
the next Batman they gonna cast. If they cast the next, they gotta get somebody at least close to that caliber, because it's been one-upped. Your Batman or your Superman or any of your heroes can't look like stick figures.
Look,
they gotta look like, that they've been hitting the weight room, hitting the buffet at least. They can't look frail and gaunt.
I don't think all that's necessary anymore, man. I mean,
now somebody like the Flash, he has to look a little big.
Michael Keaton don't look all that buff, and he's Batman. Let's face it, he don't. Christian Bale was never like.
No, he doesn't.
Christian Bale looked natural, bro. Like Christian Bale looked like a dude who just goes to the gym every week.
But Michael Keaton had those movements down. Christian Bale looked like Batman, but the fight choreography in Nolan's films didn't do him justice. The fight choreography. That's the one knock I have about the Dark Knight trilogy, is that fight choreography looked so slow and deliberate. It looked like one of those B movies, those B movies from from the 90s, them straight to video B movies in the 90s, like Don the Dragon Wilson and them used to act in. Okay. They could do the action, but the choreography was trash. Okay.
Batman Begins, the choreography was trash. A Dark Knight, look,
the
chase sequence was so dope, you didn't even care, bro. Okay,
I'm talking about fight choreography. I ain't talking about the chase scenes and the blowing up. I'm talking about hand-to-hand stuff.
I think Dark Knight Rises probably had the best fight choreography. That looked more natural and deliberate with Bane, but
Maybe I'm spoiled because I love the chopsaki martial arts flicks and stuff like that. But nobody can look at them fight scenes and say, "No, they look dope." No.
the one I'll give Ben Affleck one positive for his Bruce Wayne, for his Batman is the warehouse scene. I'll give him that. That's the best Batman fight scene they'll probably ever make.
He had to say, "Look, we can't do it like Dark Knight, man. We got it's gotta look like he makes you go, oh damn, I don't think I want to fuck with this dude."
And Pattinson didn't do that to Joker Thug in the subway with the combo.
The choreography in that, the fight choreography in that was pretty good. It was pretty good in that for the most part. I give that, but no way in the world you can sit up there and say that his Batman is a match for any of the other Batmans. His Batman isn't even a match for Val Kilmer and George Clooney's Batmans, bro.
Well, the emphasis on Robert Pattinson's was not martial arts. It was mostly the detective and the investigative side, rather than I'm a brawler, martial art, Chinese kung fu practitioner. The other ones had the little ninja skills. They kind of strayed away from the ninja part. But
the choreography was fine in that movie, though.
Yeah.
But compared to how all the rest of them was moving, besides probably Bale because of the fight choreography, I don't think you compare all of these guys that played Batman before and say that Robert Pattinson stands a chance against any of them, just because of sheer size and how he looks.
I'll tell you what, the new Batman.
So whoever they cast,
the new Batman role is a harder cast than the new Superman. I'll tell you that. The new Batman, whoever they cast as Batman, has to compete with Robert Pattinson. We already have Robert Pattinson as our Batman. So who is this new guy? What's
he's the latest Batman.
He's good. I mean,
the latest because he's the latest Batman.
He's gonna get more movies than Ben Affleck. He got more movies than Ben Affleck. He got more movies than Ben Affleck. Yep. No, I mean Ben Affleck.
But still, people open up to Ben Affleck though. They looked at Ben Affleck's Batman as a monster. Like, how is anybody gonna top that? And then they look at Pattinson and go, "Oh man, this dude need to eat a sandwich."
No man, Ben Affleck was Trump Batman.
Look,
let's be honest, he was Trump.
So
Batman.
you think it's going to be harder for them to cast the next Superman over Batman? I think you're wrong on that.
No, the next Batman over Superman is easier casting, in my opinion.
No. Here's why.
Why? Go ahead.
I'm gonna take you back to Superman the movie. And I'm gonna tell you to go look at the casting choices. I think this has its whole Wikipedia page in itself. Go look at the casting choices of who they wanted to play Superman, and you're gonna go, "What?" You're gonna go, "What?" I'm not even gonna give you names, bro.
There's only one person.
Now a lot of these guys are A-list actors.
Nail that role, bro. There's only one person who's nailed that role, and that's Christopher Reeve. One. Batman, how many you got? You at least got 3. You got 3 people for Batman. You got Christian Bale.
Henry Cavill nailed that role to me. And in George Reeve, though he did not look the part, he nailed the part personality-wise. You did not see George Reeve's Superman, did you? It used to come on Nick at Night. No, man, you missed out, man.
There's only one person that's nailed that role like Christopher Reeve did with Superman. I'm just... If that was
looks wise, yes, but his personality did not match the original Superman. The personality wise, George Reeves' Superman nailed that. Personality wise, Superman was never this goofy, clumsy oaf like they portrayed in Superman the movie. But looks wise, we're going by looks. The people that they casted for this stuff. The names you'll see, you're going to be like, what? Really? For real? No way. He don't look like Superman. He don't look like Superman. There was only one other guy that could have pulled it off because he had a more youthful look.
I understand Henry Cavill has the physique. I know there's multiple looks. There's only one that hit. There's only one Superman actor that is hit with the audience, and that's Christopher Reeve. There's only one. The other is
Henry
look more accurate.
man.
Henry Cavill
Henry
got one
Cavill's
movie.
reception is 90% positive.
He got one
On all
movie,
the polls I saw, it's about 90%.
bro. I'm sick of this cap,
Christopher
bro.
Reeve,
If he was
Christopher
that good, he
Reeve
would
is
have more than
positive.
one movie, man.
But to say that he's the only one, that's wrong.
It didn't
Because
hit, man.
George Reeve had a positive reaction.
Nah, man. There's only one
didn't see
Superman.
George Reeve's Superman, bro. You didn't get to see it, man.
How many movies George Reeves got?
It was a television series.
There we go. He ain't got no movie, bro.
You don't need a movie. You don't really need a movie. You need to look at the whole entire media of things, television and movies. I'm looking. You can. Some people say that they like Dean Cain. Some people like Dean Cain.
Okay. Yeah. The Lois and Clark show. Yeah. I mean, he was fine. Yeah.
I don't know of anybody that likes Tyler Hoechlin, but there's probably people that like Tyler Hoechlin better. I mean, it's all in what you like, but looks wise, there was only two guys that had the look of Superman. When you think of Superman, there was only two guys, Reeves and Cavill.
Give me who has more than one Superman movie?
It's only one guy that has more than one. And Brandon Routh wasn't too bad to me.
That's it.
Brandon Routh wasn't too bad to me either. I like Brandon Routh as Superman too.
That's one. So that's only one actor who's been a hit. That's what I'm saying, a hit with that role.
Superman 3 and 4 were not hits, man.
They made 3 and 4, and they made 4 movies, bro. That's a hit.
And honestly, if you listen to Christopher Reeve talk about he wanted to get away from the goofy, clumsy Superman stuff because, he was playing tired of it.
So, Christopher Reeve,
he wanted to
Superman.
He wanted the movie.
You look at Batman. You got Michael Keaton. You got Christian Bale. Now you got Robert Pattinson on your ass. He's getting it. Now he's got 2 movies. Ben Affleck never had a solo movie. You got 3 actors with iconic portrayals of the character. You got to compete. And one of them you have to compete actively against because his movie is going to play off. Your movie might come out, and then Robert Pattinson's movie might come out before you or after you. So you're actively competing.
But his reception, Ben Affleck's reception is bigger than it's better than Pattinson. They did a poll.
Man.
They did a poll last year. Who is people's favorite Batman? And the 2 people that they chose were. I was actually surprised that they actually chose Ben Affleck, and of course it was Michael Keaton, but Bale was close. He was right there competing with second. But Keaton and Batfleck were right there neck and neck. Pattinson was almost at the bottom, with Clooney being at the very bottom.
Oh Lord, bro! I mean, the Snyder
and I think they even added Adam West to the mix too. So.
They can vote all they want. Who got the box office and who got the?
Go ahead and take a poll. Take a poll on all the Batmans that's playing in live action, all of them, and take a poll and see what they say. Just to see what they say.
The poll's in the box office, man. That's the poll.
We talking about who's people's favorite Batmans. We're not talking about box office.
If
you're going about box office, it's going to be Bale.
Wouldn't box office?
Going about box office is Bale. Everybody talk about box offices here. We're talking about who's your favorite.
Poll, essentially, is a vote with your dollar.
No. They're going by that. They're going by who they think is their favorite iteration of the character.
The Snyder fans can
just
vote
like Spider-Man. Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
The Snyder fans can
who's
vote
your
all
favorite
they want.
Spider-Man?
It don't represent the truth. They can vote all they want just because a certain demographic of fans saw the poll.
You got your favorite. Well, you may got your favorite. Others got theirs, man. That's just how it go. It's a difference of opinion, man. That's all I'm gonna say with that.
Right,
I just saw some polls, and I was actually kind of shocked that in one poll, because somebody made a video of it, that Ben Affleck was people's favorites. Which I don't think is all true. But in 1 or 2 polls, I saw Ben Affleck as their favorite.
How come he never got his own movie? How come he was always featured with another character?
You gotta ask Warner Brothers. We already went through why this, because we know why.
This is Batman.
We know why.
You couldn't get one solo movie? Not one? Okay. All right.
That was the intention of certain somebody, but the other somebody said,
oh man.
You're going by solo movies, I'm going by performance.
Yeah,
you can have an impactful performance in a movie and not have your own solo movie.
Man,
and
Bale's
people
going
can
down.
rally for it.
Bale's went down in history. All right, Keaton's went down. I don't think Ben Affleck's going down in history, man, for a performance, bro. I'm sorry.
I think so.
I'm sorry, man. But that's two. That's two compared to one.
Well,
That's still 2 versus 1.
Well,
of
the poll,
actors you got
there
to
was
compete.
polls that said different, bro. You got to ask the general public who their favorite Batmans are, man. You might be surprised with who they say.
All right, man. I'm
Like
just
if they
saying.
with Superman,
Then
for those that who are, if you're a fan of something, you do your research on it.
Look, Henry Cavill.
That's what I say.
He got 3 movies and only 1 solo movie, and I'm replacing him for his job. That's less competition rather than I'm competing with another guy who's playing the same role, and I got to top 2 guys who've had basically a movie. Well, Keaton never got a movie trilogy, but 2 guys who've had 2 or more Batman movies. That's more competition. That's more pressure.
Yeah.
That is more pressure than Superman, who honestly it's a fair game. It's open because Christopher Reeve is the only one who's been able to really capture that with the audience as a hit, as a hit for the character.
Well, I'm gonna say this: whoever they cast as Superman, he better look somewhere close to Reeve and Cavill. Look like him and be. If they go the opposite, it's not gonna work.
How you know?
Because they're gonna look at looks first. They're gonna look at look. Batman doesn't have the all natural, all American look like Superman. Superman has the all American look. He looks like the all American good guy. That's how they created him.
Mm-hmm.
When they created him, they wanted him to look like the most handsome guy on the planet Earth. And there's only been a couple of guys that look close to that or like that. Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill, and maybe Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh looks close. He looks like Superman.
He looks
when he got casted, he looked like Superman. Yeah. Those 3 guys look like Superman and acting the part. Depending on the iteration, you can take it however you want to do, however you want to do. But a lot of people love Henry Cavill, and whoever gets casted, people are going to be looking at everything. They're going to look at first. They're going to look at how he looks. First, they're going to look at how he looks because we're not going to know how he's going to act until 2025, barring no delays or anything. But how the person looks,
here's my thing: if they love Cavill so much, why did Black Adam feel? Why did Black Adam feel? We all love Cavill so much. The Rock brought back Henry Cavill. Y'all knew, hey, if Black Adam succeeds, guess what? We got The Rock took the Snyderverse.
A lot of people did not know he was going to be in that movie. And plus, that was a spur of the last minute thing. You know, they filmed that cameo a month and a half before that movie came out. A lot of people did not know he was in that movie until like afterwards. A lot of people don't. You got to understand the general audience did not look at scooper videos and read articles. The trades didn't even break the story until the week before that he was going to be in it.
They broke the story. Everybody knew he was in the movie. I think they teased it even in the trailer.
Not until a week before. I knew he was in it weeks before that, but not. They didn't break that until the week in Variety and Deadline. They did not break that in September. They broke it in October.
There was no spike right after the movie came out. Where was the spike then? Oh, Henry Cavill's back. All the news articles, everybody who saw it the weekend, right? Henry Cavill's back. So the next weekend.
Yeah, did you see the reaction videos? Did you see the reaction videos? Did you watch those reaction videos?
Half of those things were fake.
Did you see those reaction videos?
Half of those things were fake.
So you would have dismissed. You looking at box office. See, you look at box office as the be all end all, and I'm looking at the reaction. Go look at the reaction videos on your present YouTube. Go look at the reaction videos when he showed up. People was cheering because a lot of people did not know it. A lot of people, the person who was filming it, the people who filmed it knew it. They just wanted to get the artist's reaction. But a lot of the general public did not know he was going to be in it until
they didn't care, bro.
They did.
All right, if they cared, Black Adam 2 would have been Black Adam would have been success, and Black Adam 2 would have been confirmed coming out. And guess what? The Snyderverse would have been restored. That was
not because of Black Adam. Black Adam, not because of Black Adam,
bro. That was your last grace in the Snyderverse.
Well, like I said, if James Gunn if James Gunn casted somebody that looks like Chelsea Grammer as Superman, you think that's gonna go over well?
I mean, it depends on the direction of the movie, bro. I don't know.
Yeah,
They get Nolan, if Nolan directs
so-
it, maybe. If Nolan directs it, maybe.
So if he casted somebody that looks like freaking if he casted somebody that looks like Roseanne Barr as his new Wonder Woman, you think that's gonna go over well? You in your right mind think that's gonna go over well?
Man,
If somebody,
look, it don't gotta be someone who's super buff, man. With Uncle Jackson, nobody.
ain't nobody talking. That's how he was created.
And
You can't argue against how he was created. In every iteration, just about he's created as a buff. You know, he's created to look like a real man's man.
In comic books, you gotta exaggerate the physique. It's hard. It's hard. It don't translate to live action.
Superman is not gonna fly as the main Superman for a story for Flashpoint Paradox because that's how the story was written. Just for that story, that's gonna work. But you're gonna cast somebody that's 170 pounds.
Yes.
6 foot, 170 pounds.
If they can act, yes.
As your Superman.
Yes.
That doesn't even look like Superman. But we don't know. See, he's going to do casting announcements in 6 months. Remember, we're going to have a whole 2 years from that point to know how he's going to act as a part. So it's going to be a whole lot of that's if he doesn't look like Superman. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna see these reactions, man. Mm-hmm. Whoever they cast as the next Wolverine, whenever Hugh Jackman leaves it, if he don't look anything like Wolverine, or they're gonna tear him apart.
Reactions is one. Just because the actor doesn't look directly like the character, because Wolverine, okay, you want to go there, you just use Wolverine. Wolverine is a 5'2" freaking hairy animal man. Is that Hugh Jackman? No,
but we none of us saw Hugh Jackman before X-Men. I didn't know who Hugh Jackman was before X-Men. I just know I saw him and I was like, yo,
Wolverine's short as hell, bro. He's the shortest guy in the team next to Nightcrawler. Yeah, he's
the shortest guy in the team. Hugh Jackman is over 6 foot, or is like 6'1" or something. But I didn't know who Hugh Jackman was though, and I was like, well, damn.
They don't have to be a one.
I was like, he wasn't me over. He wasn't me over. As far as how he looked. Superman is the one guy that has to look close like Superman, because Tyler Hoechlin doesn't even look like Superman. Does he play a good Superman? I don't know, because I don't watch the show. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was doing okay when he was on Supergirl and all that stuff. He was all right. He wasn't bad, but he looked nothing like Superman. He looks nothing like him.
170 pounds.
He looks nothing like him. And I don't think he would be a casting choice for anybody to play Superman if he walked in the room.
What are you doing with Superman, man? Because, I mean, honestly, the American public is rejecting the whole true justice, the American way, the Boy Scout. So, I mean, that's the biggest problem. It's not how he looks. It's not all that's extra. It's like, how do you actually get the American public interested in this character again? Because there's a lot of lip service, but when it comes to the box office, when it comes to who's on top, whose comics is selling, when it comes to the numbers, there's a lot of internet polls and all that shit. When it comes to numbers, Superman ain't top of the world anymore, man, like it used to be. How would you even approach Superman?
Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. You have a generation of people that was so stuck up on the Reeves version of Superman in 1978.
Right.
Him acting goofy, clumsy, and all that stuff. And they made 5 movies of that iteration, with Brandon Routh being the last person before Cavill took over. Okay. Fast forward to 2013, the world has changed, and people had to change with it. Not every iteration of Superman, there's no definitive iteration of Superman, but what was ingrained into our minds was faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound and all that stuff. That's been ingrained previously for the last maybe 50 years or so, and people are still hanging on to that. But over time, comics change. In 2013, we are not living in an ideal world, and still not.
Right.
People judge everybody and everything off of it. You just judged off of every little thing. Lawrence Fishburne had a great quote in the movie when he told Lois Lane after they were arguing about her dropping the story about chasing this mysterious being we know as Superman. He said, "Do you know how the world would react if they realized there was somebody like that living in our world, living amongst us?" And that's the type of world we live in. Because remember, when Superman was made, Superman in 1978 was made, that was during peacetime. After Vietnam, we was in the Cold War, but we were fresh out of Vietnam for a few years. So that was peacetime. The Cold War, that was lip service.
Rewind that back. You said Superman was made in what?
Superman was made in 1978.
No, he wasn't.
Yes.
He was made.
Superman the movie was made in 1978.
Oh yeah. The movie. My bad.
When that movie came out, it was right after it was peacetime because we were fresh out of the Vietnam War for a few years, but we was in the Cold War with Russia, which was a bunch of lip service.
True.
And they kind of used elements of that. They were using products of the time of that. So it was like, we finally got our hero of peace, justice, American way, and all that other stuff. And it was right for the times. The 1978 Superman ain't flying in today's era, man. And I noticed with Man of Steel, over time, people are starting to appreciate that movie more than when it came out. Why? Because when they hear me and people and explain it to them and break it down to them, they go, that makes a lot of sense and stuff. And they go back and watch it, and it's like, yeah, people in this world, they'll pass judgment on anything and anybody if they're accused of something that they didn't even do or they had nothing to do with, but people will roll with it just because they need something to talk about or something to complain and gripe about. And that's what Zack Snyder put in this world, an alien who can do things that we aren't. We're scared. We can, he can kill us. These bodies got disintegrated by fire, and they blame Superman, and people roll with it and believed it without proper proof, not hearing both sides of a story, stuff like that. So
says,
they'll have to mix it up a bit. They'll have to get both generations together and say, yeah, this is it. That's what James Gunn is going to have to do. The pressure is on James Gunn to do all this. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There is pressure for sure. The pressure
There's going to be. He's going to have to combine these audiences that want to see a combo iteration of all these characters.
I'll have to say he shouldn't worry about the Snyder fans because there wasn't enough to keep the lights on. Uncle Jack says, it's not. Who's spending the money?
They haven't been able to do nothing outside of
the Snyder Army didn't keep the lights
on. Spent the money on. It was the general audience. Yes, they did. See, you can just look at. See, again, you're looking at box office. You're not looking at the video sales, the VODs, and stuff like that. They've always been at the top of the charts at this stuff.
For 1 month.
But you're not looking at, you're just looking at the movie box office gross. That's not the be all end all.
Bro,
anybody will tell you that.
How do we get to this point? If it was a success, they would have been.
Why was BVS the top selling home physical media for about 2 years?
They got their ass
for about 2.5 years, it was the top selling physical media. It was number one for about 6 straight months, and it was always in top 5 for the next 2-3 years. You're not looking at that though.
Most of the returns are on box office, and look at what happened. I mean, sure,
they still make money off of physical media.
They made money, but look at
and VODs and stuff like that.
Marvel, it didn't do as much as it should have because we would have still had Henry Cavill. If it's all about the Benjamins,
Marvel's not been hit on a lot lately.
Sure, lately, but it's still a better situation than DC, which got derailed with Snyder's vision, man. I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
you look at Snyder's first 3 or 4 movies he was involved in compared to the last 3 or 4 movies of the DC he was not involved in. That should tell you your story. All his movies that he was involved in made over $500 million.
Okay.
A lot of these other ones did not. The last Suicide Squad movie, you can sit up there and blame the day and date thing and stuff like that, but it didn't make no money.
It didn't make no money. That is true. That's true.
I'm not Birds of Prey. I think Birds of Prey was a good movie. Didn't make no money. Snyder was not involved in these. Remember, Shazam. Snyder was not involved in that. It made over $350 million. But they say the budget wasn't that big, but it did not make 500.
Right.
He was involved with Aquaman, $1 billion. He was involved in that. He was the chief producer of that. James Wan had been him.
All right. I got you on that. That's good. Aquaman, Wonder Woman 1 made almost.
As bad as the first Suicide Squad is, there were a lot of people. That movie did almost $750 million.
Okay, I got you. And
this is without a China release. Remember, his releases never had a China release either. You ain't looking at that, did you? Did you know that he didn't have no Chinese releases under none of his movies that he was involved in, except Aquaman. Aquaman was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
All these other movies, I don't think had China releases, but they weren't doing good here in the States or in the UK.
Mm-hmm. So what happened with Black Adam? Because that was The Rock continuing the Snyderverse.
That's not a Snyder movie. I mean, you said it's Snyderverse.
It's a Snyder movie,
it's a part of the Snyderverse, but Snyder wasn't involved in that. That was all The Rock and his teams, baby. But what happened with Black Adam was what I think happened. The people like to read reviews, and they let reviews discourage them. This is what's happening with Ant-Man and the Marvels and Black Widow. The reviews are discouraging. People, like you said, going back to lip service, people talk a good game and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Say one bad review about something, and I know this for a fact because when I worked at an old job, I would talk to this girl who was a pharmacist.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what movie it was that I was asking her what she was going to go see. And she seemed like she was excited at first. Movie comes out. She reads a couple of the reviews and she goes, "Oh, no, man. I don't think I'm going to go see it." I was like, so reviews dictate on how you feel. Are you going to see a movie?
I'm going to use your own logic with The Joker, which was not even that highly rated, but audience loved it and made $1 billion.
The Joker was rated about 65 or 70%. That's enough.
It wasn't that hot. The critics didn't.
It was about 65%.
Yeah,
it was about 65 to 70%. I remember.
That's almost right.
That's enough.
That's enough. No,
that's enough.
No,
that's enough.
The critics weren't raving about
that. That's enough. I ain't say it was. It had.
What happened with Harley Quinn? What happened with Birds of Prey?
It was enough. 65% is enough.
Joker is 69%. Okay.
See that's enough. That's enough.
Higher than Birds of Prey. Higher than Birds of Prey, and then Birds of Prey flop. Even before the pandemic.
That was enough. You said it got higher than Birds of Prey. It got higher than Birds of Prey. I told you why Birds of Prey flopped because Birds of Prey was a good movie, but it was not a necessary movie. Nobody asked for that movie.
It's Snyder related.
We didn't ask for that type of Birds of Prey movie. Snyder had nothing to do with that, bro. No, you can't put that on Snyder.
It's from his Suicide Squad. It comes from his character. It comes from his direction.
So you think Snyder would have put that out? You think Snyder would have put that version of Birds of Prey out if he was to do a Birds of Prey movie?
It comes from his vision.
He had nothing to do with that. His name is not on any of the credits. This was Walter Hamada's stuff.
It's his quality. It's his Harley Quinn.
Y'all want to put it on the Snyderverse, but okay, let's go. Let's all these movies that's coming out now are these are Snyderverse movies. Since y'all would say these movies that are coming out are Snyderverse movies, but I'm talking about the movies that Zack Snyder was directly involved in. All his movies did well at the box office, despite reviews. No, they didn't all make $1 billion, but they did over 500. This includes the Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, PVS, Man of Steel.
Was that enough?
That
with the
Justice
budget?
League movie don't count because he left the production and they chopped up his movie badly. That doesn't count. That was the studio's movie.
Nah, I mean, look.
That's the studio's movie. That was not his movie, and you knew that was not his movie. That was all Joss Whedon in the studio.
That's Whedon. That's Whedon. Uncle Jack, Justin fighting back, man. Yeah, man. He look, Snyder Army's strong, man. Like you know what I mean? Like, look, I get it. Go ahead.
All these movies here, I'm going back to James Gunn. The pressure is on. The heat is on for James Gunn to deliver because remember his slate, he announced stuff that regulars and general people didn't know about. I didn't know who the hell Creature Commandos was. I'm like, what the hell? Who is the Creature Commandos? Who the hell is the Authority? The Authority is supposed to be a movie. That's pressure, bro. I think that's supposed to be a movie. The Creature Commandos is an animated film, so it's like, okay. That's the safe route. But I think the Authority, if I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be a theatrical film. That's pressure. What you think of that?
No, I mean, it's all pressure. I agree with you on that. That's all pressure.
That's because TV show, if it's a TV show, that's not really pressure. A TV show is pressure, but it's not super pressure. That's super pressure if that's a film. If I'm mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be a film. If it's not a film, then good. It should be a TV show. I don't think it should be a movie.
No, he's got to deliver hits. They got to do better than Wonder Woman 84. They got to do better than Birds of Prey, like you said. They got to do better than Shazam 1. Yeah. You know, they got to do better than Man of Steel. Like they
didn't like Shazam 1? You didn't like Shazam?
No, I like Shazam. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
you're talking about box office, right?
Yeah, they got to do better numbers. They got to do better numbers. Yeah. No, I like Shazam 1. It was
good.
Well,
bad news for you. The Green Lantern, that's a TV series, bro. No theatrical for Green Lantern. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that. I was like, nah, man, but I get it. It's actually a smart strategy because you get to tell a story. You get more leeway to tell the story. But you know, I'm excited for the Lantern TV series, man.
Yeah, all these years, it took all these years, and they finally felt like, okay, we got enough space from Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. We can now make Green Lantern material live action. Whew,
and Zack Snyder, his original slate had that. Zack Snyder had a Green Lantern Corps movie on his original slate, but you know, studios apparently had other plans, whatever those plans were. Warner Brothers, really? Come on, bro. What proud studio? Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put it all on Snyder. I'm not going to put it all on Snyder because I know he had studio interference as well. I know that there was definitely some impatience compared to the other guys across the street who were just coming up with clear hits, hit after hit after hit after hit. You know what I mean? Oh, we got.
I mean, Snyder was all the Snyder's playing.
D. Smith, you hear us?
Yeah. I don't. My interruptions, gentlemen.
No, you good, man. We just talking about Snyder and talking about the DC lineup. Talking about the DC lineup.
I mean, for me, it's hit and miss. The lineup for me is hit and miss for me. I mean, I'm not so sure about the Superman movie. You know, I'm a little iffy on that. Batman Brave and Bold, I kind of like it. I don't because I don't like the fact that they're skipping over 5 Robins. Like whatever, how many Robins there is.
Well, I think they're gonna subtly drop that all of them are there already. They're all grown,
already established.
Yeah, they're already established. They're all
grown. They better be already established. How they gonna establish them? It ain't gonna unless they all show up in the Superman movie and they give them a story. Then I don't see that, man. So they might have to do a TV series on all that.
I think
get them. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Gotham Tales, maybe something like Gotham Tales.
Don't put on the CW, please, for love of God.
No, they're doing a Gotham Knights TV show on CW, and that looks like they're gonna cancel it, but they have it now. Yeah, it's trash. Yeah, we know it. That looks like trash, but that might not last 5 episodes, man. If you want to take bets.
Right. D Smith, I got a question for you. I'm gonna go back. I'm going back to the Superman Batman discussion because I said that to cast the role of Superman is less pressure than the role of Batman. Do you agree with that?
In the current state we live in, yeah. But if we go by dumbass nerds on the internet, they say it's just as big of a deal, man. If you let them tell it, but no, I think it would be a safe bet.
Man is the father of all heroes, man. Enough attention was paid. Do you know something else? Henry Cavill broke the internet when he announced when he came back as Superman, and the Ant-Man trailer broke the same day. The Ant-Man trailer broke the same day, and people forgot about it. Like, hold up. Where's the buzz about the Ant-Man trailer? Everybody's paying attention to Cavill coming back as Superman and posting pictures. I'm telling you, James Gunn is gonna have. If he casts this guy, whoever he's supposed to cast as next Superman, don't look like Superman. I'm telling you, dude, they gonna rip him apart.
Yeah, but is it really that hard to
Never
cast?
mind if he can act the part, because we're not gonna know for 2 years. We're not gonna know for 2 years if we can act the part, but how he looks. Superman is the father of all heroes. If he don't look like Superman or close to it, they're gonna rip him apart, bro. I've seen this before from other stuff.
I agree
that
with
pertaining
you,
to comic books.
It shouldn't be hard for them to do. The way I see it, it shouldn't be that hard.
I'm thinking
knowing them, they'll probably find a way to fuck it up. But I trust James Gunn. I trust James Gunn enough not to fuck it up.
Gunn we trust, man.
You trust James Gunn? I don't. I don't throw my trust that easy. You gonna have to show me.
To an extent, man. He hasn't failed yet. What I'm worried about though is all his movies being.
Have you seen?
Because even when he announced the slate, they were all stuff that he loved, which is a little concerning to me. Because I don't want James Gunn. They'll all just be like clones of him. We need variety.
Peacemaker was good, but the Suicide Squad movie was trash that he did. But I like Peacemaker, but that Suicide Squad movie was.
You hurt my heart, bro.
No, man, that Suicide Squad movie was just the same as the first, bro.
Wait, are you talking about the James Gunn one or the other?
Yeah, you talking about the Gunn one?
Ah, come on, bro. Damn.
That shit was fire to me, man.
I thought it was dope as fuck.
Too much toilet humor, man. These bad guys, bro. Better be bad guys.
They were
too
bad
much
guys.
toilet humor, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that. This ain't Deadpool, bro.
I've seen worse. It was fine to me, brother. It was fine to me.
Fucking jokes every fucking 15 minutes, man.
Much worse.
Oh man, I mean,
but anyway, back to Gunn.
Go ahead, man.
They bad guys, man. They don't need to be cracking jokes every 15 seconds, man.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
The whole idea of Suicide Squad is let's get some C, D, E, G ranked villains and kill them off for the amusement.
That's not the problem. My problem is they're badasses. They do bad shit, and that's what they need to do.
Mostly reject supervillains getting capped.
I know your problem.
People in the movie taking bets on how long they gonna last. That was how I knew this was gonna be a good movie. When they said
you want and the best ones didn't even last.
You want the air direction, don't you? You wanted the series.
Yeah, the best ones didn't last though. Well, if they're villains, you're talking about villains that have done gruesome stuff. That seem like they've done gruesome stuff. And we're getting them cracking fart jokes and stuff. Like, really?
But you
like okay. I was like, man.
You like a belly dancing witch girl? That's what you like, a belly dancing witch girl?
And besides, we're not getting the top thing. We're not
getting the top Studio Squad. They messed that up there.
D ranked villains.
Okay, we're watching this but you don't have to be a top tier villain to be a badass.
Say what?
Hey, you don't have to be a top tier villain to be a badass, bro. Nah.
No, but isn't it funny when we watch Kite Man get fucked up?
It is.
I've seen clips of that. I haven't watched the Harley Quinn series in whole, but I've seen clips of stuff like that.
But it was funny, right?
I guess. Because I haven't seen all of the clips, though, so I guess. I mean, if you want humor, I guess.
Watch it. I'll
like the piece. That's the problem I had with the Peacemaker was too much plot.
Funny, right? It's funny, right? I'll hear a no. I'll hear a no.
Anyway. Depending on how you look at it, I guess. But for me, I was like, I wanted them to be a little bit more villain-like, or do what they did when they were villains and do some more badass stuff. Them dudes didn't even last long. And they had the first part of the squad. Like, they lasted 5 minutes into the movie. And it's like, I don't even think I want to watch the rest of this, bro.
Anybody can catch it. That's all it was.
Yeah, that was like 12 people.
Anyone and everyone can catch it. That's all it was, and I loved it. Yep. I was a little mad that Captain Boomerang got off. For everyone else, I didn't give a fuck. I was
mad that Mongal got off because she was the strongest out of the pack. I'm like, oh fuck this shit, bro. Then it's just the one that
the orange chick.
The orange chick.
Yeah.
She ain't had no personality, man. She was just
I'm
a barbarian woman.
Because you never get to see it. She just walks on the scene. She gets no dialogue. She gets like one.
Yeah. Because she was stupid. She really died because she was stupid, in my opinion.
All of them was dumb.
Dumbass. She caused more harm than good, which is what.
All of them was dumb. Except for Weasel.
Yes, it did, Uncle Jack. Yes,
it did. Weasel, the Weasel gag was funny as hell. Him friggin' drowning there.
She got off because she was stupid to me.
Oh man, but I mean, anything else, man? For the
but y'all got way too much faith in James Gunn. I ain't got that kind of faith.
We'll
I don't throw my faith. He gonna have to show me because casting the emo, goofy, cheesy Superman ain't it, bro. A frail Superman ain't it, bro. A Superman that looks like Kelsey Grammer, or a Superman that looks like, your 8th grade gym teacher ain't it, bro.
No, we're not gonna go there, man. You know what? Might as well put Jonathan Kent, man. Make him the new Superman, huh?
Lord, please. Hey, they were just talking about that on the Blur Cave last week. He said, you gonna take Jonathan Kent and you are gonna like it. That's what DC's trying to tell people.
Nah, I mean, I don't think
Jonathan. I don't know nothing about that. They made Thomas Wayne Batman. Why not have Jonathan Kent as Superman? That might be cool. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
But the Super Fathers.
The Super Fathers.
They got Super Sons, Super Fathers.
Yeah, that'd be
Why not, man?
I mean, why not? Elseworld story.
You mean Jonathan and Thomas?
Jonathan is.
They got Super Sons. That Super Sons movie was good, though. The Super Sons animated movie was good, by the way. I like that.
I didn't even know they did.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah.
Any chance we get?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Black Batman. Stop.
Black who?
Stop. Stop.
Black Jace Fox.
Who?
Hey,
Lucius Fox's son is Batman.
Bro, stop.
Man, I said, hey, all the weird stuff that go on in comics, right? I mean, are you surprised if they did something like that? They do some weird stuff in these comics, though.
I just don't want people. Let it go.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to hear all them people start crying and nagging and complaining from either side. Just let it go.
Right.
No. Leave Batman the way he is.
Hey, I can't see the chat, so I don't know what they're saying. So I can't see them. I'm a guest here, so I can't see what they're talking about. So I mean,
nah, we're good, man. So we got the news announcement that Hellboy is continuing. What y'all think about that?
This y'all show, bro. I don't got no thoughts on none of that because
how do I
honestly I haven't even really seen any of the Hellboys, man. They just don't appeal to me. But them rebooting it so much is nah.
How do I put this nicely?
Nicely.
Joey, come here. Look. We got an IP. These comic book things that they're taking off like flies, man. Joey, I got this guy. He's from hell. They call him Hellboy. It's gonna be a big thing. It's gonna be a big thing. We'll reboot it. We'll cast somebody that's famous. Joey, come on, let's do this. No, leave Hellboy alone. Just because you have IP doesn't mean all of them need it. In fact, most of the IP that needs to be used ain't being used, and the IP that is being used need to sit the fuck down. That's how I see it. I don't want another Hellboy. Nah, I'm straight though.
His time is come and gone. I mean, I saw the 2019 reboot in theaters.
You better than me.
I saw it in theaters.
I didn't see it. I looked at that and said, "Oh, discount Hellboy? Hell no."
It was discount Hellboy. It was
hold it.
It was.
There's something I just remembered. You're getting a Hellboy reboot, but we yet to see our Spawn. We haven't seen Spawn.
I'd rather take Spawn over Hellboy.
That's Todd Mack. That's
hey, I was in New York. I was in New York when they were doing the what is it called? You call it the Kickstarter for Spawn and stuff. And I can tell you, man, dude looked legit up there, man.
They had a Kickstarter.
And I was like, "Where's our Spawn reboot, bro?"
They did a Kickstarter for Spawn.
They did a Kickstarter at the.
He was doing something. I do remember that. I
he
don't
was
remember
doing
successful because shit.
No, it was at the UAE show there in 2017, and they had, of course, it was a con. They had the Centipede Lou thing there. They had Michael Jai White. They had Bruce Leroy Tarmac there. They had David Harris from Cochise from the Warriors, and he played in A Soldier Story. And they had these guys. I think Todd McFarlane. I think he might have been there, or he was. He sent the crew there to act the Spawn to do the Kickstarter thing, and it looked pretty good, man. They had it on the screen. I was standing right beside the guy who was playing Spawn, real tall, big dude too. And I was like, man, this looks good, man. I hope we get our Spawn movie reboot soon or something, man.
Bruh,
and
I thought Jimmy Fox.
Since then, we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I thought Jimmy Fox was announced as Spawn.
Yeah, he was.
I thought so too, but they announced them, but we've yet to see any news since then. We haven't heard any news since then, so I don't know. But I want my Spawn reboot just so we can say, okay, we got this, and if it's not good, 86 it. Hellboy, they should have 86'd it.
Yeah,
after
I think
that,
you
but
saw
that's not
fan related. I think that might have been a fan film, man. I don't think Todd.
Yeah, there was a fan film. It was a Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter fan film to get it rebooted. To get somebody in. But yeah, that was a fan film that is a Kickstarter. But I just wanted my Spawn reboot after seeing that.
No, I agree. I mean, how we get a Hellboy, a second attempt for Hellboy rather than Spawn getting an attempt. But that's just Todd McFarlane playing playing his cards close to his chest because he has creative control. So he wants to direct it. Actually, he wants more of an input.
But he dropped out of directing here, so yeah, he pretty much gave up all rights to that.
Say what?
Oh, I said I'm okay with him writing, but directing, hell no.
I'm not even sure about him writing, to be honest with you.
Hey, you like I say touch ups.
No disrespect. No.
I agree with you. I say he should write it and someone should come in and touch it up.
Yeah, like co-written. Have it co-written, co-written. Yeah,
like he'll run the first and second draft, and then somebody go, all right, we'll this,
get the revision.
Slap this here, take that out, put this in, blah blah type stuff. That's really, if I was him, I would get somebody that's similar in tone to him, that maybe is a little bit more success or proven. I get some horror. I get some horror concepts, man. I take it to Blumhouse. I think it is going to Blumhouse. Hey, Blumhouse would be
anybody
good.
in particular?
Anybody? Who did the Fast movies and that did
James Wan? James Wan.
James
Wan. James Wan for Spawn movie.
Get him.
I think James Wan could knock out the park.
That's right up his. That's kind of up his alley, but not necessarily.
I mean, he done horror, and then
that's kind of up Wan's alley, but not necessarily.
McFarlane would come in. He has
the Aquaman
movie experience. McFarlane would have the Spawn experience, and they clash together.
That's a good pick. I could see James Wan, Todd McFarlane kind of combining for a script for Spawn. Probably Universal, because I think they do. I think they do one of the more rated R. They do more rated R movies than most.
Yeah, I would want it rated. No PG. Please,
PG-13.
no.
No, Spawn needs to be rated R.
I remember when it came out, man. I mean, we taking trips back to memory lane.
Yeah,
I remember when the cartoon came out on HBO, and
HBO
of course,
was dope.
yeah. And then they announced a movie coming out shortly after the series comes out, and they didn't release the rating. So the mystery was, what was the rating behind it? And then among a couple of the friends who was talking about it, somebody said it was PG. And I said, what? And I said, no.
Yeah.
And then I saw the rating and said PG-13. And I'm like, oh, man, come on, bro. Nah, bro. But they wanted the kids to go see it, aimed at people my age to go see it, teenagers and stuff. So, but nah, that won't it, bro. That
Uncle
movie
Jack
won't
says, release the air cut.
Stop, bro.
Release the air cut.
Why
Oh
not?
man, no, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. We just got out of it. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. But yeah, Spawn. I think Spawn has a lot of potential, but it's really it's just it's on Todd McFarlane, and I don't blame him. He's really holding it tight. He wants to make sure he wants direct involvement. He wants it his vision. So if he was looser grip with it, we would have had a Spawn sequel years ago. But the timing might be right for it now. Technology's getting better, production's getting a little cheaper. They can make the movie that he wants without that high budget.
Most definitely.
Well, in the sense of making things look good for on the dime per se. We got more technology, drones.
What was that? 96, 97?
96, 97?
97.
Yeah.
Those effects do not.
Oh, shit.
Besides the Spawn costume. Hey! Those effects do not hold up. What up?
Uncle Jack, what up, man? What up? Release the air cut, man. Release the air cut, bro. Outside, Justin, man. It's all fun, man. It's all fun, bro.
Yeah. I say, why not? Can't be no worse. But hey, I'm not rallying for it. But if it does come out, I'll be grateful. But I mean, they ain't got nothing really to lose by releasing it. By all means, I heard it was finished. So
finished, huh?
If it's actually finished, then yeah, I say release it. But if they got to put any money down, even a dollar worth,
bro,
hell no.
They keep opening up this can of worms, bro, and it keeps biting their ass, man. It keeps biting their ass. The Rock, I'm telling you, you guys fucked up with that Black Adam movie because The Rock brought your boy back, bro. He brought him back just for you guys. He was gonna take,
and none of the motherfuckers showed up to go see that.
I told you what happened with that, though. I told you what happened with that, man. Plus the Rock's ego.
What else y'all got going on?
Yeah,
the Rock's ego kind of killed the hopes too, because he wasn't promoting so much as Black Adam. He wasn't promoting the Shazam verse. He was promoting Black Adam versus Superman, which people were saying, Rock, no man, slow your roll, build up to that. But of course, the Rock's gonna be the Rock and do what he wants to do because he's the Rock in the story.
How fast you think? How much patience you guys think? How many flops before it guns out of there?
He ain't got long because he only signed 4 years, so he has to get it right off the bat.
How many years he signed?
4 years.
4 years?
But his plan.
So his first movie got to be a hit, which is the Superman Legacy movie. That has to be a hit. That's the first movie that's going to be released that he announced, the date and everything. July 25th, 2025 or something like that. July 11th, something. So that has to be a hit right off the bat.
Right.
Because like I said, the pressure's on.
Mm-hmm. The pressure is on, and there's a little blood in the water on the other side because the MCU now is starting to leak, man. Starting to leak on the side, bro. Like,
yes, it is.
We're starting to see some bullet holes in this machine that we thought was undefeated.
Yeah, as you posted about those reshoots, I was like, yep.
So
right, because Captain Marvel, the Marvels got delayed.
So since we're on that, this is your review on Ant-Man 3, man. So what is your thoughts on this? And you gonna make somebody mad, but what is your thoughts on it, man? Since you're on the subject.
All right. So I mean, Ant-Man 3 was, you know me, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I know you say I hate on Snyder or whatever. I'm gonna say the MCU fucked up, bro. The Ant-Man 3 was a misfire, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna cap from Jonathan Majors. Like, I know everyone's saying his performance is worth seeing, but
I might go see it later today. I might catch it later today.
You want to catch it just to get your own opinion, huh? Just to see it.
What all
you gotta form your own opinion. Like, I mean, come on now. You gotta go see stuff for yourself. Don't get discouraged off of reviews.
Well,
if you really want to see it, go
I
see
trust my brother. I trust my brothers when they take a bullet for me.
We ain't gonna end up like
But I will say, movie tickets are not cheap anymore, bro. I say movie tickets ain't cheap no more, bro. So you gotta check carefully.
Yeah, true. The price of the brick gone up, man.
I plan on being at.
They're no longer $4. They're no longer $4. Ain't that right, Dion? Like back in the days, right? Remember when we used to go to the movies like it wasn't nothing?
Man, the Kane ticket was about $20 for me. Ant-Man 3 was like $20 for the ticket.
Right. I pay like anywhere from 12 to 15.
Yeah. And then it was like,
Depending
popcorn.
on which theater you go to.
That was $40.
Yeah, so you got to check it carefully there.
Yeah. I'm about to get the damn movie pass shit, man, because there's too much shit coming out. I might get the little
all of June, every weekend in June. I'm gonna be at the movie theaters.
$25 a month, you get to see like a movie a week. I might just do that shit.
Hold on, just so back to what
All right, go ahead, Jack.
You were saying, man. Like, let me get the cliff notes of Ant-Man 3. The cliff notes.
Cliff notes. Okay, took too long to cook. Didn't know where the story was going. Ant-Man's out of his element in this quantum realm, which is like Star Wars meets Guardians of the Galaxy, leftovers edition, and just weird choices. MODOK is Yellow Jacket. Yeah.
Yes, that's who's playing him.
Yeah.
Remember Yellow Jacket from the first Ant-Man movie?
First Ant-Man movie. MODOK is Yellow Jacket, and it's even worse when you actually see it than what I'm actually saying. When you see it, you're gonna be like, God damn, bro. Why? Just the comedy didn't hit, and Kane's performance, when it's kind of isolated, it's good, but when it became I'm the conqueror and I'm king of quantum mania and I'm gonna speak monologues while the good guys plan and defeat me, and then they defeated me because I was talking too much.
They caught me monologuing.
I beat Thor, but Ant-Man beats me up. Like how much sense does that make?
And the Hulkamania is what you're gonna do when Quantumania is coming for you, brother. And then you get panned.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's nothing that changes. Everything's the same. Like I said before, there's nothing moves the needle forward or back. It's literally set in place.
So can I ask you this then?
What's up?
So was the writing for the cameo that we got for when he was in Loki, for He Who Remains, when he was in Loki, the writing, even for that short period of time, just felt so engaging and natural. It didn't feel like that was a character that was trying to take over the world per se, right?
No.
So do you think that maybe some of what we were expecting got lost in translation by carrying that character over from a TV show cameo into being the centerpiece of this big movie?
I mean, I think we understood that was just one version. That was one of the more stronger versions. I think the disconnect is we don't know why he wants to conquer, and we see him say he's strong and big and bad, but and the actions don't reflect that. You see that he's smart, but he gets uprise through a revolution, this little weird Star Wars type revolution against him, and it's like he's like, this isn't my first revolution. I've had many. I can smell it. I know the smell of rebellion. And he talks all the smack, and then in the end, it's just like, yo, they totally won. Like, what are you talking about here? Like, I understand it's just one variant, but when you imagine if Thanos got bodied in the first Guardians movie, how would you feel about him in Infinity War? You wouldn't feel anything, you know? Like,
You know what this sounds like, brother?
what?
This sounds a lot like Darkseid coming out all piss and vinegar. First 5 minutes of Justice League
Yeah.
getting chopped down by Ares, and then Ares getting his ass whooped by one in World War One. That's what it sounds like to me, man. This is how you don't book a villain. How not to book a villain.
Right. Exactly. So Loki season 2 is going to have to definitely carry him.
Somebody has said was watching it was Blair. He said that it was like a wrestling match where you don't what is it when the heel gets one over or the babyface gets one over on the heel.
Right.
He compared it to something like that where they get the babyface but outside of the ring. Mm-hmm. They compared it to that. So
I was expecting okay, Ant-Man's a little guy. He's gonna there's no way he should win, but he's gonna have heart. He's gonna get lucky. He's gonna pull out his ass to escape. Maybe not even beat the guy. He's gonna pull out his ass to escape. Maybe warn others or something. But it wasn't even something tricky he did. He just went to fisticuffs, man. He got the Hulkamania, and he got the tag team assist with the Wasp, and then he put his hands on Kane and beat him in a punching match, man. Like there wasn't even no fun and interesting way he used his powers and nothing, bro. It was just like boom, boom, boom.
Where's Scotty Lang? Where's Scotty Lang get hands all of a sudden?
I don't know where he got hands from, man. He's never been that guy.
How Scotty? Yeah, when did Scotty Lang become? You know what I'm saying? Become that guy, bro. He was motherfucking cruiserweight champion of the world, bro. So do you think that? Because I mean, Ant-Man 1 and 2 to me were good because they were a little bit they were more grounded, and the comedy worked because the setting wasn't meant to be taken seriously. It was never the fate of the universe on the line in any of those movies. It was Ant-Man, doing his thing and entertaining you. I think them first 2 movies were really good, actually. But why is Ant-Man saving the world now? Why are we doing that?
Right. And it seemed like, okay, the little guy is getting placed in a big situation. I get them trying to do that and theme it, but when you have him do that, make sure that he feels like a complete underdog. Don't make it seem like, all he needs to do is take his helmet on and put his hands up, you know what I'm saying, and beat the bad guy with the little distraction with the Wasp, like don't.
That guy. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. Right. You totally devalue your main bad guy who you're supposed to develop for the next 5 years. And now we look at him as like, well, I don't know now. I mean, Ant-Man beat him. How much stronger can the others be?
Well, we can low-key make the argument, though, he is just one of many.
Sure.
So that one may have not have been the top tier, but best believe there's
right.
As we saw in the post-credits, there's a billion in one of them.
Right, but first impressions are everything, though.
Of course. Yeah. I'm just saying that's right. Devil's advocate.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Uncle Jack.
But all I was gonna say though is that if you're gonna do that, it kind of ruins the end of Loki season 1 a little bit. It kind of waters that down, and this is why. To me, it kind of waters that down a little bit because the introduction of that character and him not doing anything really physical, and because that was all exposition, that was all his background of explaining why you're going to see me later on, right? So if you're going to set up the thing that's going to come later on, and then we get to later on, and now we're just going to keep waiting until later on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What was the point in making that cameo in Loki season 1? Because to me, and this might be debatable, but to me, I think that was the best TV to movie crossover out of all of the TV shows. Yo, hey, Justin, don't give a fuck, man. Justin,
no, you don't. This is MCU talk.
My man,
No, two
man,
things I got out of this. Two things I got out of this. So you're saying that Kang the Conqueror, they didn't have the best laid plan for him to be the big baddie like they did Thanos, correct?
That's what it sounds
So
like
far.
to
The
me.
best laid plan was not made for him. Because Scott Lang just basically gave him some Muhammad Ali, quick jabs, and he's out for the count like he did George Foreman in the Rumble of the Jungle, right?
Essentially, right. This movie really derailed that character arc, man.
Right.
I advise y'all not to go see the next Avengers movie. I advise y'all not to go see the next Avengers movie, man.
Because I get what y'all understand. Because we talk about this all the time, right? The moment.
And another thing that I got from this.
My bad, brother. Go ahead.
I was saying another thing I got off of this. When I saw the trailer and they showed MODOK, why the hell did he look like one of those flying saucers, those robot flying saucers from Batteries Not Included? You're saying Batteries Not Included, right? The 80s Disney movie. I was like, MODOK is a hard villain to tackle, and you didn't put no effort to make him look respectable?
Bro, wait till you see him unmasked.
I don't want to see it.
Wait till you see him unmasked. Wait till you hear him talking. You're really gonna be like,
I'll wait. I ain't interested, but man, the trailer didn't do him no justice. That's all I got from that.
Yeah. So before I jump out here, I asked you this in text. To me, I think that my least favorite Marvel movie was The Eternals. That was my least favorite Marvel movie. Mm-hmm. I just didn't like the story.
Oh, I heard y'all's review on it.
Because none of that, yeah.
Y'all didn't like the characters in the movie or nothing.
No, I didn't.
Y'all said y'all like nothing in that movie. Wow. Like I've seen my share of bad movies, but I always seen there's like something in bad movies. But man, y'all was ripping that apart, bro. I feel sorry for that movie.
Yeah, baby. We did. But there's no reason to return to that. And at least with Ant-Man 3, I might rewatch maybe one or two scenes on YouTube with Kang. That's about it.
So for the record, The Eternals is still the bottomest tier of MCU movies, right?
Right. I'll say that. Yeah. I mean, despite the hype that we had for this one, it still feels like there's something, right? Eternals, there's nothing. That whole thing deflates under logic pretty quickly, like we discussed. So. At least Paul Rudd, you like to see Paul Rudd act. You want to see Scott Lang do his thing. It's still entertaining in those regards. I don't want to see a character like there's no character in the Eternals I just want to see again, ever.
But it's just crazy though. We got the Ant-Man family now, dog. Like, but you know what I mean. But I'm gonna jump out right quick.
All right, man. You still gonna see it?
I don't see it after this. I mean, listen, man. I might.
You might walk. I almost walked out before King. I'm not gonna lie, man. Before he showed up, I was getting impatient.
Are you serious?
Damn,
I
was
getting impatient. I was like, damn, when's he gonna
come
come in?
Expensive, bro. Tread carefully, like I said, man. I mean, the dollar holds more value than you think now with this inflation, bro. So tread carefully. If you're gonna make that decision, you gotta live with it.
I might just find a vacuum real quick, man.
All right, man. But thanks for stopping by, bro. Good seeing you, man.
All right, peace, brothers.
All right, get some sleep.
Hey, hold on. The first half of this live was fucking comedy, man. Oh my god, the first half of this live was comedy, bro. My man said, "How you gonna get a Superman that's 170 pounds?"
I mean, he's always been though. I mean, ready though. I mean, if you get a Superman that size, I mean, just good luck. Good luck with that one. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Good luck with that one, bro.
Oh, shit.
I don't think James Gunn is prepared for that kind of backlash, bro. I don't think he's prepared for that.
I think I agree with you on that because he is kind of trying to play the good guy on Twitter and all that.
Justin, you gotta get a YouTube live set up so we can we can spin the block and be a guest on the Mad Nucleus, man.
Hell
Real
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking into that soon. I'm gonna be looking in that real soon.
All
Yeah.
right.
Dope,
I'm gonna get
dope.
with your
Yep.
brothers a little later, man.
All right, man. Get some rest, bro.
Peace.
All right,
Yep.
peace, peace.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Peace.
Donovan, so you were really gonna, no lie, you really gonna walk out of that movie?
And I hate I thought about it. I was like, I really
Fuck outta
don't want
here.
to.
Yeah, I ain't. I'll wait for that shit on Disney Plus.
Yeah, man. I was thinking, I was like, damn, but
You
Kane
might as well
show up.
cover
Yet?
it too.
Hmm?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Paul Rudd fan, you're probably gonna watch it. But as far as looking for a good
I
movie,
like
don't
Paul.
sound
I'm
like
not
you're
in
gonna.
love with Paul.
I don't want to see him. It's just the environment. It just didn't really fit him. You know what I'm saying? Like him interacting, like the beginning with him doing a little monologue thing, him interacting with people. That's cool. I don't want to see him these weird ass creatures and these chemical bio aliens.
Well, I can buy that because he can go so small. I can buy that. I think it's just they threw too much upscale. They turned the dial too high for him because that did look like an environment that he would be in, but I don't think the threat was
right.
His kind of threat.
The world is weird too because you have like a broccoli shaped alien, you have different shaped aliens, and then there's humans there too. And it's like, wait a minute, humans aren't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do they explain how the Bill Murray got down there?
Bill Murray said that I'm human when it counts, and he looked at Michelle Pfeiffer, and, at a dinner conversation, basically saying like, yeah, I'm human where it counts, because he got it on with Michelle Pfeiffer when she was down there for 30 years. But he's like, he's human. He goes in there for his little dinner cameo. It's not charming anymore, man. And I know some people like the Bill Murray cameo, but it's lost its charm, man. It's not cool anymore. Let Bill Murray, go off and do his own thing, bro. Like, I don't feel the need. Like, you remember back was it Zombieland where he was in the tree or whatever, or the cameo?
All I heard you say is stick to golfing.
Stick to golfing, man. Just enjoy yourself,
bro. Him on Golf Channel. I watch the Golf Channel when he's on there, just to get a laugh.
Bill Murray's on the Golf Channel.
Sometimes he'll show up to those things. He'll show up to golf tournaments, bro. Every once in a while.
Yeah, keep him there.
We all agree.
Funny as fuck.
Yeah, we all agree that Bill Murray's better days are probably behind him.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that because the man is in his 70s now. So,
right.
But yeah, all the stuff about Bill Murray ain't been good news about him. So I mean, but
yeah,
he's
that's
still a
true.
legend in the business. So yeah,
right. Even
this was
all
good
that,
for him.
it's just
his better days are behind him, man. I mean, yeah,
it's just lost.
I mean, we can go back and watch Quick Change.
Watch what?
Go back and watch movies like Quick Change.
Quick Change.
You ain't seen Quick Change before,
no, I ain't seen that.
Gina Davis and Randy Quaid. It's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty dope movie. This was 1990, when he was still in his prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo.
What else?
There was a story behind that too. How Gina Davis said he was inappropriate and tried to get up on her.
Yeah. We had
that's crazy.
We talked about Flashpoint. We did Hellboy. We did Kane.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know. This is for y'all Star Wars fans, right? I'm not, but y'all Star Wars fans, right?
Yeah.
But this ain't about Star Wars. But this isn't about Star Wars per se. But it could have probably been a potential Star Wars movie. What do you think about Rebel Moon? Because this was supposed to be a potential Star Wars movie, but Disney rejected it. And from what I understand, fans are not happy with the Disney Star Wars movies. They like the shows, but they don't like the Disney Star Wars movies. And a lot of them are very interested in Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon?
Because they want to see what Disney rejected.
Is that the zombie one or
no? This is Zack Snyder's rejected Star Wars idea by Disney that he's doing over at Netflix.
Oh, that was a Star Wars movie he had in mind for that, huh? Yeah. Oh, and he just took the concept and just basically did original characters.
Yeah. Because Rebel Moon is actually based on an actual book, so he just said, this is a lot like my Rebel Moon, like my Star Wars. Why don't I just adapt the movie about this? And Netflix said, you get that, and it's he's getting 2 parts. He's doing a 2-parter, and he's getting a limited theatrical release of them.
Oh, dope. Hell yeah, man. Zack Snyder and Netflix, that's a good combo. I think that's a good combination for him. I know the Star Wars fans are a little bit on the fence. It's been better because the Disney Plus shows, like you mentioned.
That's been nice.
There's a rumor that Daisy Ridley supposedly coming back for a movie with Grogu, with the Mandalorians, Yoda.
Changed the stance on it. She wants to come back. I don't know if they. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So.
Yeah, the sequel trilogy hasn't really fared well. I mean, it made their money. They made more than their money, but it's a little bit shaky if people are going to come back like that, featuring those characters. So
John Boyega and all them.
Hey, Boyega doing good though. I think, honestly, Boyega and Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. Those were future Hall of Famers, just like Star Wars, and I like that they did that. Those are future Hall of Famers that are getting their footing in. Everybody that was part of that trilogy, they're all going to be doing amazing stuff after Star Wars.
Boyega was a great pickup. Oscar Isaac, great pickup. I think Daisy Ridley's the only one that's kind of struggling to catch her stride afterwards, because you don't really see her in too much.
I haven't.
Yeah, and Homeboy who played
Kylo Ren.
Adam Driver.
I love him.
I might see his new movie. That new movie with the dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs. He was good in House of Gucci. He was good in Black Klansman and House of Gucci.
And the Black Widow too. I mean, the little the romance drama he did with Scarlett Jo was pretty good. From what I hear, he's good in everything. Adam Driver.
He's a good actor, man.
He's a really good actor. I mean, he's military too. He was freaking Marine, man. Marine actor, bro. Yeah. He was enlisted, man. He was a Marine, man.
That's what's
He goes back to y'all remember what's the movie with Lincoln? The Lincoln movie. Y'all remember that joint? He was one of the telegraphers in the little White House.
Okay. That was a small role. Yeah, he was just getting his foot in.
Bro. Like he been at it for a bit. So he's rumored to be Mr. Fantastic, supposedly.
He's a.
You know what? No, I can buy that. You can buy that? I can buy that. Yeah. I can totally buy him being that, because he looked like he low key did some slick shit. Mr. Fantastic always be on this low key slick shit.
Right.
Like you ain't fooling nobody, old man. I know you an asshole.
Right.
Now that you said that he's a former Marine, he's like a throwback actor, because a lot of the Golden Age actors, or the actors that you grew up and loved, they were enlisted in the Marines too, or in the military, I should say. People like
Chuck Norris,
Charles Bronson, and just a whole lot of the older actors were in the military. Glenn Ford and those guys. I mean, they that's Adam Driver might be one of them type guys. He's a throwback.
Morgan Freeman was too. I believe Morgan Freeman was in the Navy.
I don't think so.
No. Let me see.
No, I don't think no.
Eddie Griffin said he got kicked out. No.
That was in Foolish when he was playing a character.
Something like that. Was it?
So he tried to get kicked out.
Was Morgan Freeman military? But yeah, they definitely have that. Some of those older guys for sure. But I mean, Adam Driver was, but Daisy Ridley, Morgan Freeman military, 4 years in the Air Force, honorably discharged. 1959, he was honorably discharged.
1959
after 4 years.
That was during the Korean conflict.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Damn, bro. Yep, for Air Force. Fly faster, higher, baby. But
Donovan, a few days ago, I posted something about Warner Brothers becoming free, or they're gonna start free tier. What do you think about? How long do you think we're gonna have it until streaming service becomes cable and cable becomes streaming service? If you get what I mean.
Oh shit!
Because I feel like the line is just
already like that. Pluto, Tubi, Freevee, all those Plex, all those free apps. That's what it is. If they do stuff like that, a whole bunch of ads and stuff like that.
I'm quite aware. I'm saying, how are they gonna get like it seems like now they're gonna have to start giving it away for free, as we see, or they're gonna start having to.
That's not smart business.
Alternative
Go
mode.
ahead.
There's not enough customers.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what do you think?
There's not enough customers. There's too much competition. It's oversaturated. So when you have
already,
I think
bro,
Netflix,
what was that? 3 years?
People are canceling subscriptions to every last streaming service. They try one and then they try another, then they cancel that, and it's just all over the place, man. It's like so many streaming services out there. Apple TV and Paramount Plus and all that.
Yeah. Uncle Jack says John Boyega played it the smartest. I believe so, man. I think him and Oscar Isaac, but especially Boyega, with the way his character was portrayed, he played it the smartest. Everyone involved with the sequel trilogy was too polished for the quality of those movies.
I would definitely agree.
Yeah, they scouted talent very well, but what they had for what Star Wars was supposed to be, it didn't turn out that way, unfortunately for them. But it got them in there. So live sports is keeping cable TV in the game right now.
No, it is not, brother. Not as much now. When Amazon has exclusive rights to Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
they're trying to get what?
Crazy,
bro. It's been like that since football season started.
Yeah, they're experimenting
on cable.
Yeah,
you got to go to Amazon.
Monday Night Football is no longer on ESPN, but it's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Yeah, and then all the games are going to be on Prime. The contract of NFL ticket is ran out this year. So this year was their last year. So next year they're going to go over to Amazon Prime.
Uncle Jack said Thursday Night Football went to Prime.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah, it was one of the prime time. Yeah, it was Thursday night because nobody really watches Thursday Night Football like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I wouldn't think Disney, even owning ESPN, would allow Amazon Prime to snatch it up because they own. ESPN.
But that's still a big play. That's still a big play.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. These sports titles or they're trying. I mean, wrestling on Peacock. I think Apple TV got the baseball. I think some soccer. ESPN.
Need somebody to do something for rugby here in the States, man. So I can.
I think Peacock got rugby. Peacock got rugby. I just saw it on there today.
They do.
I'm not sure how live it is, but they got games on there.
I'll check out because I love watching rugby over American football way more. But that's just me.
Yeah. Big ups, man. All right, Justimus. I'm sure you had to go, man. It was definitely good having you in here, man. I'll definitely give you audio later. But yeah, man, I think we're getting there because okay, he's back. I think we're getting there because the fact that we're getting a lot of these free, right? We're getting like, you can watch HBO for free, but there's commercials. Mm-hmm. Why they did that? Because there's not enough people to get the new subscriptions. So now they gotta get the ad money. They gotta get the ad money.
And then what's gonna turn those people away from just saying? Because I thought about that with HBO.
They did the same thing. They did the same thing on all the other ones. They're doing the same thing. They experimenting on Netflix and some of these other ones. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it ain't just HBO Max.
Don't hate. Rugby is great, bro.
I wasn't gonna judge, man. Everyone's got, everyone likes sports that are, not.
Besides, it's just like football. You watch football already. I'm gonna get at you later.
Because you black, you're supposed to like the NFL, man. You're supposed to like the cow. You like them Cowboys.
So, but for real, so do y'all really think Rebel Moon might be the it factor for Star Wars fans to start liking space drama again or something? Because the last few movies, they haven't been feeling it, though. Just going by their reception, and they like the shows, but they don't.
No, the Star Wars fans ain't going anywhere. They can whine and complain all they want, but they're gonna watch the shit on Disney Plus. Right. They're not going anywhere. They love it too much. Right. It's like it's like Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? The J.K. Rowling thing.
But I do think they are interested in Rebel Moon.
You still gonna get Donovan? You say you still gonna get up off your ass to go buy that shit. Get in there and buy that shit now.
I don't know about this Rebel Moon thing being as unfortunately, Justin. I don't think it's that of like a big deal or a big controversy.
You only saw they haven't promoted it really yet, but they've been talking about it ever since he signed the deal with Netflix. When they talked about how it was the rejected idea of Star Wars, and Netflix said, "Okay, make your move."
I think they're more upset. They were more upset over Gina Carano, and I think the Acolytes TV show was like. I heard there's some rumors about cancellation for the Acolytes show. I'm
Because
hearing
they
more about that
canceled it.
than
They
Rebel Moon.
canceled. Didn't they? Did they move back or did they cancel that Rogue Squadron movie that Patty Jenkins was
Oh yeah,
supposed to
that
do?
shit's gone. That shit's
guy,
Oh,
gone.
it's gone.
did that get
That
cut?
shit's
Well,
gone.
hey, they got no other choice but to look for
I
Rebel
really
Moon
wish
because
they
nothing's
did
new
that.
is coming out theatrically
That
or,
shit got
or
canceled.
as a movie. So I don't know.
I really wish that would have went on because I needed an X-wing fighter pilot. But, oh well.
They didn't get the confidence, like you
It'd be
said.
just, what would have been like? It would have been just like Gallagher.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes Gallagher, but they would have been just like that if they make it right.
Even if the movie sucks, it's like, well, that's the last
Something
time I'll
different.
watch it.
Right. But
Yeah, that too.
excuse me, Warner Media is giving out testers for when the Discovery app launches. I heard they're not going to combine that shit with HBO. I heard
Leave it separate.
I heard
I want that nasty reality shit.
No, they're not. They're not combining it. They thought about it. They're not going to do it
because the Discovery, the reality TV people don't want nice, intricate, thought out dramas and shows, and then us sophisticated watchers didn't want that reality TV bullshit. They kept it separate. You want that trash.
But they divide everything in sections, so you ain't got to worry about that too much. So.
Warner, HBO Max is going to go up though a little bit, so that because they're not combining. So HBO Max subscription is going up, and then the regular Discoveries remain the same to make the difference of not combining them into one or whatever. But yeah, good choice. Yeah, I agree because this. I mean, I saw the little press conference thing. They were like, we have a hardcore fan base, we have casual viewers, we combine it, we get the best of both worlds in one app. It's like, no, we don't combine
that shit.
You don't mix up that shit, man. Like, because I was gonna unsubscribe, honestly. If they were gonna combine it, I was gonna say goodbye to HBO Max.
I didn't know you had a subscription there, Dion. I didn't know you subbed this HBO Max. I thought you was strictly Disney Plus and Netflix, man.
Oh, you thought because you think I'm some Marvel fanboy? That's why, right?
I didn't know you subbed to that.
I'm a Feige trooper.
Well, HBO, to its credit, has given out the best material and premium cable for the past 40 years. I can understand any subscribers because they don't just dish out one type; they just do it all.
Yeah, Last of Us right now, killing it. Winning
That's
Time,
killing it. House of Dragon was killing it before that.
Killing it. Winning Time was killing it. I'm ready for season 2.
Winning Time.
They got great shows, man. They got high quality stuff. Like D. Smith said, you're gonna wait for it, and when
they canceled Westworld.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They bring out that low quality, that very
Netflix
quality
shit?
bread. Everybody start running towards the plate.
The Netflix shit.
Everyone's like, "Fuck Netflix, fuck all y'all." Shoot,
yeah,
HBO got this high quality bread right here. I'm gonna eat on this for a while.
I do agree, though. It is getting oversaturated, and then we're gonna get ads now with these free versions, which are gonna get paid with ads.
Free apps. Pluto TV.
I've heard. Have y'all watched Tubi? I've been hearing a lot of things about Tubi lately.
Yeah, I mean, Pluto Tubi free. All of them the same.
Most Saturdays, I'll go on there and look, bro. It is.
I heard it's where all the black home to DVD movies are going now.
Yeah, yep.
Yes, bro.
Joe is
a lot of black shit on there. A lot of the bootlegs, the old shit you used to watch as a kid.
Yeah,
it's on there. A bunch of foreign. They got a lot of Canadian stuff. Some of it I've seen when I was a kid, and some of it I've never heard of. They got a lot of just a lot of crap. A lot of good gems there too.
Basically,
but a lot of crap as well. But
it's like it was back in the day with USA Network when they showed a combination of everything all weekend and stuff like. Your grindhouse stuff, your black exploitation movies, and it got martial arts flicks. It's got like you said, all those B movie black cinemas, like the B movie action movies from the 90s and stuff. They got everything up there. Not just Tubi, but Pluto got it, Plex, Freevee. All of them got it, and they're in competition. So all of them is going to have that, and that's why I've been such a big supporter of free apps because they got just about everything. You just got to deal with the ads up there. So that's what that is. I mean, if you can get past the ads and stuff like that, it's the same stuff. It's the same streaming, just with ads. Yeah,
pretty much. Right.
And all you got to do is just simply download it, and you're in there.
there's a little less of or a lot less of like the high quality stuff, but if you ain't looking for anything too big,
Yeah.
looking to just be simply entertained, I recommend Tubi to anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Justin, you got
I mean, you might get surprised once in a while, and they'll have a big movie
you will get
back in the
surprised.
day. You're like, what?
I don't
This is
finish a
on
lot.
Tubi?
I click on a
This is
lot.
on Tubi? This is on Pluto? Oh yes, let me watch it.
Yeah. Justin, you got Hia? The streaming? Hia?
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah. No, I don't have that. But yeah, that's I heard it. I didn't hear anything about it as being a good app or anything. But I mean, if anybody knows what's up with that app, let me know. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not.
That's apparently when all the kung fu action movies are on.
Well, Wu-Tang Collection got some good ones. They only show like indie movies and stuff. They don't show the Shaw Brothers or the Golden Harvest. But they got the indie movies and stuff, like, you know, outside of the main studios there. But you know, yeah, I heard how y'all was how they was promoting it was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Does that have Hong Kong thrillers too?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I'll have to look again.
Stuff like that. Stuff like Better Tomorrow and Hard Boiled and stuff.
Yeah,
you might find
hey, bro. That's what I'm looking for.
Hong Kong triad movies and stuff.
I need that John Woo stuff.
John
I need
Woo?
stuff that I haven't seen yet. Like a better what is
Better Tomorrow.
No, not Better
The Killer. It's a Better Tomorrow, The Killer, a Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled?
No.
The Thief?
What was it called?
Now you're gonna make me look it up. Let's see.
Look, it's one with Chow Yun Fat. They're thieves. I once was a thief.
Oh, right. I didn't see that one too.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I've seen Better Tomorrow 1 and 2. 2 is way better, especially that shootout scene at the end. Oh, but anyway.
Yeah, I put Uncle Jack on Hard Boiled, man. He
Bro,
man.
I was gonna say that for MomoCon to bring I have the DVD. I need to get the Blu-ray of Hard Boiled, but I have the DVD.
Yeah, the Dragon Dynasty Blu-ray got all the interviews and stuff.
I lost my disc 1 for the Dragon. I don't know how I did. I lost my disc 1 for the Dragon Dynasty 1. I'm pissed. I gotta read.
Really? I have that one.
Yeah, but yeah, rest in peace. The Dragon Dynasty still around? I don't know, man. I thought they went out of business. Walmart used to go packed with those films, man. Buy them up every week.
And Best Buy Best Buy and Circuit City had some good ones. I remember I put you on to those, James.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I was learning, man. You know. I was the sensei. I was the student. You were the sensei.
Now you got to go online and hope that you can find most of these movies online, or if somebody on YouTube. That stuff.
Yeah, eBay or Amazon.
Somebody just did an article of how physical media still needs to be around. Thank God for Shout Factory, because they do some of the more.
They do some good translation subtitles. Yeah.
I got a Blu-ray of Hackers from Shout Factory.
Hackers! Angelina Jolie Hackers.
Yes,
nice,
bro. That movie was ahead of its time, man.
Yeah, it was. It didn't get the recognition it deserved.
I'm so mad that needs a sequel right now. Again, talking about things that need a sequel.
I doubt she would be the one acting in it. If she acted in it, it would be like, really, she must like the movie enough to give it a sequel. But I doubt she'll be a actor. She'll be acting in it though. She would sign on the group.
I agree, but that was a good movie, and the fact that we haven't gotten more in that vein, especially with computers being so loved now, is shocking to me.
You can say it was kind of a prelude to the Matrix.
Okay, so someone else thought the same thing too.
It was kind of a prelude to the Matrix.
It was in a way. It was in a way.
Nah, man, that name's kind of tainted with that damn fourth movie they made, man. But
hey, that movie was so good,
to destroy your love for the first.
I mean, no, I didn't destroy all my love. It's just like now you said it, and it just brings it up. Like, why did they fucking do that shit, bro? Like, come on.
There's a whole lot of movies. Like Dion, I know you're not gonna like this, but no more Thor movies. No more.
No, I agree. I agree.
I agree too. I don't
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
see
put my
Thor.
Feige flag on the ground, man. I agree.
But yeah, they didn't need a fourth Matrix movie because all the real players weren't in it. It just felt empty without Lawrence Fishburne and Hugo Weaving. It just didn't feel right without them. You know.
I think, yeah. Too many people are doing too much meta shit. Too many people are like,
Yeah. That train is dead now, man.
Yeah.
Especially when I was watching Rick and Morty, they did an episode on Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was low key cringe. It was low key cringe. That needs to stop now. That hyper awareness of this is a joke. I'm telling a joke. Can't you see it's a joke?
The audience is in on it.
Yeah.
I think we need
like the last person that should be allowed to do it is dead.
Oh, y'all talking about cancel culture now? Yeah.
No. I mean,
no.
I'm not talking about cancel culture. I'm
just talking about people being that the idea of being self-aware in your jokes.
Yeah.
That
like winking at the camera. I mean, even the last Ant-Man movie, I swear it had that shit in the end. The inner monologue of him saying, "There's nothing that can go wrong. Everything is right." But wait a minute. What if something goes wrong? What if? Oh my God! Didn't he say if we kill him, more would come, and he was going to try and stop them? Oh my goodness! Did we do the right thing? Oh my! Like something bad's going to happen. Something's bad going to happen. I know something bad's going to happen. The whole world's going to end. Sometimes I just think I'm too hard on myself. Everything's fine. End credit. Fade to black. Like. That's the shit, and we're all thinking like, oh shit, something's gonna happen.
Trying to break the fourth wall too much.
Right. But he wasn't. It was an inner monologue, but it was in a way where the audience is thinking the exact same thing he's thinking. We're like, okay, here it comes. Something bad's gonna happen. They fucked up, and nothing happened. I'm like, I hate that shit. I hate like Deadpool can do it. I don't need Ant-Man to do it. I don't need these Rick and Morty writers, man. Like
the only
some of this shit.
The movies that can do that is like movies like Knives Out and Glass Onion. They can do stuff like that because you're dealing with a mystery.
Great.
Yeah.
Glass Onion was very good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it better than Knives Out. But movies like that. Yeah, it's good, man. It totally threw me off. I was like, okay, man, this is it. And then it's like, nope. We got to go back to the beginning to see how this thing really started. And it's like, oh shit, dang. Okay, what we got here? And it was like, wow. Okay. Because I was like,
I'll just say this. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Knives Out was good. This one was better.
This one was better. Yeah.
These are like throwback mysteries. And it was good to see that.
And I'm a sucker for mysteries, bro.
Right,
so what are the movies that y'all looking forward to this year? Like going forward this year? Everything in June.
Everything that
I can't.
Go ahead.
It's so many good. There's so many interesting movies, I should say, is gonna get people back in the theaters. I feel this year. But what are some of the ones that you're looking forward to? Like
beforehand, I think we need me and Decent. I think we need to get the little rewards joint where you pay $25 a month.
I might, man, before June, because I'm gonna be going every weekend in June.
Yeah,
every weekend.
Mm-hmm. I did that in Minot, North Dakota, and that saved my ass. I was going to movies twice a month, easy. When I did the little AMC Stubs pass.
Mm-hmm. But I heard stuff about it.
With this year's lineup, no, this show was it was good for me. I mean, I was in and I was going to theaters. I wasn't
talking about Movie Pass or one to in particular chain.
It was AMC movie. It was AMC.
AMC, because Movie Pass, I've heard that there was some kind of flaw, some glitches going on with that.
People were making out like bandits in the early.
Yeah, but the theaters, Regal has it too, where you pay $20 a month or $25. You get to go to the movies for like a lot of time, saving you.
Yeah.
I mean, I just paid $20 to see Ant-Man. With $5 more, I could went to see 3 more movies this.
And that $20 could have went to popcorn and drinks or something.
And you get discounts on that. The lineup this year is crazy. I think we actually have to upgrade and do that because there's too many movies coming out in the next.
This year it's a lot of movies I'm interested in seeing. To me, I mean, you got to start with March and then It's a lot of good movies coming out in March, man.
So I make sure.
Creed, John Wick.
I'm about to say John Wick,
John
which is
Wick.
going to be 3 hours long, by the way. 3 hours long.
That's the fourth one. Yep.
Just what I need.
John Wick's 3 hours long. And they're doing a spinoff. They're doing a franchise spinoff for this, like the Continental TV and the Ballerina movie.
You gotta be a little bit careful with those, but I mean,
that's true.
At this point, there it's just ka-ching. Look, March will pay by itself. You got Shazam, you got Creed 3, and then you have John Wick 4. So that's 3 movies in March.
And Scream.
And Scream. So that's 4 right there. That's every week.
Scream comes out in March too?
Yeah.
Yep, March 10th. Birthday weekend, bro.
That's every week you're gonna see some shit.
Yeah, and see, this Scream movie feels like something is different with this Scream movie.
Because in New York, dead ass.
But it's something different about it.
Dead ass beat. Ghostface for the titties.
Cocaine Bear.
On Cocaine Bear. That's next
Cocaine
month?
Bear comes out next week. Yes, Cocaine Bear.
Dude, yeah. We might have to get the pass next month, to be honest with you. It's too many movies. They all backlog.
I mean, it's going to be loaded the next few months.
Luther, the TV show.
Luther, yeah, it's a Netflix. They're doing a Netflix movie of it. Yep.
That's probably gonna be a limited release. Probably won't. Unless you're in New York City or LA.
It won't. I don't think that'll have a theatrical release though.
Netflix is doing that now, so they can get a reward.
I know, but I don't know if they're doing that for a release. I don't know if they're giving that a release.
Just New York and LA, probably just 2 big markets for a weekend or 2, and then hey, we can get an award now because it was theatrically released. That's what they've been doing.
You think it'll win an award, right?
Glass Onion did the same thing. They really limited.
I'm mad that I didn't. I would have paid money to see
French on that movie too. They spent so much money on that movie, man. I cannot believe they spent that much money on that movie. $450 million on that movie.
For one, I thought they did it for 2 movies. I thought they bought the whole trilogy for that.
Yeah, I'm about to say I thought they bought rights to that as well.
I thought they bought the rights.
The way they was talking like it was for one. Like what? No way.
I would hope they got the whole trilogy.
Yeah, I would hope so too. That's a lot of money they don't need to spend for just one movie.
That's why they're showing ads in the free version right now.
Dungeons and Dragons is another movie that drops in March.
Oh, they're gonna get buried, but that's something I want to check out.
What day? What weekend?
Literally the last day of the month.
Who's coming out on top?
That's when hold up.
Shazam?
No, Shazam comes out in the middle. No, Shazam comes out the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Scream is the 10th. Creed is the 3rd. John Wick is the 24th. So they got the very last day, like you said. So yeah, they might make a little bit of money, but what comes out next week after that in April?
I'm about to say Mario drops literally the following.
Man, about it, man. I'm a Mario fan, but no.
It's going. Hey, you cannot deny that's going to make money
because
that'll make money, but
Justin ain't a gamer like that. That's why he don't. That's why he invited.
No, I'm a Mario fan, but that ain't it, man. I thought it was going to be on the same caliber of Sonic, like live action here, and they're going to keep building kind of anime.
I think
weird.
That's smart. That's smart. I would
you have live action people with a CGI Mario? That don't make no sense.
No,
You want to do live action people with CGI Goombas and Bowser? Was that you wanted Mario and Luigi to be real live action with CGI?
Mario could be live action. See, you don't like the Mario from '93.
No, I like the Mario from '93.
I loved it. But I thought they were going to do it. They could pull it off the similar in the same way as Sonic. Yeah, I thought they was going to do it like that. But
Sonic beat them to it.
Yeah, but they still can follow the formula. In fact,
it's cheaper.
What video game movies y'all want to see adapted to the big screen? Because they announced some, but we don't know when we're going to see it. But what are some that they may not have announced or you missed that you want to see to the big screen?
I think we did this before, but I'll just say Metal Gear live action TV series.
Okay.
I'm a car guy. So most of my answers are going to be cars. F-Zero, Wipeout.
Gran Turismo and all that.
That'd be great.
Not
Turismo.
Gran Turismo. Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. Yeah.
That movie was dope.
F-Zero live action makes sense. F-Zero animated, and I don't think
it would be Wacky Racers, bro.
It would be Wacky Racers. I'd be
Wacky
Racers. Sleeker Wacky Racers, which is come on. I could see that happening.
I mean, I can see that too.
Characters are just.
You might as well just go ahead and do the Hanna-Barbera Wacky Racers and stuff with Yogi and then Captain Caveman and Penelope Pitstop and them.
Oh, Penelope Pitstop. Oh man, that's a throwback. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. I ain't heard that name in forever, man.
Other movies. We said
who's gonna win?
Contra. I want to see Contra. Book it, Contra.
Bro, Contra would just be.
Contra would be badass, bro.
Starship Troopers, though.
It would be Starship Troopers. Yeah, Starship.
No, it would be more so man-made monsters that they can't control.
Commando. Put together.
Commando, right?
Commando, yep.
Because that's who the main characters are. It's just Rambo and Commando.
Why we gonna forget? Since we getting a reboot of Mario, they better do Double Dragon like that. I mean, not like that, but Double Dragon. They need to do it justice. Not that bullshit from 1994. You don't need that BS from 94.
94.
Double Dragon.
I like the 94 one now.
Oh, you don't? You don't like that.
Those days are gone, man. We're better off getting
Streets of Rage.
Like that. No, man, no.
Streets of Rage is coming out with a movie. That's a lot better than Double Dragon. Streets of Rage is more. Streets of Rage has a movie coming out by the John Wick.
Yeah, I know, but I know that. But yeah, I'm down for that. But Double Dragon is the gold standard, bro. You cannot treat that with such disrespect like they did in 1994.
Hell no. Double Dragon's cool, but.
1990. So y'all think the 1994 movie? Oh man,
it was one of the best beat 'em ups there is. But let's be real.
They copied so many characters from that franchise and put it in Mortal Kombat and in Street Fighter. Man, that deserves way more respect than it got.
Double Dragon died out in the 90s, bro.
Thank you.
It's done.
Thank you.
Okay, then.
City.
You ain't playing Double Dragon, bro. Y'all.
River City would be cool.
Come on, bro. Turtles in Time is a lot better. Streets of Rage is better.
Stop it, man. Turtles in Time, bro. Turtles in Time, bro. You cannot be serious.
You still here? I need you to wave in, bro.
Get out of here, man.
Turtles in Time, bro. Nah, bro.
They wish they were Ryu and Ken. They wish they were Ryu and Ken, man. Bootleg ass Ryu and Ken.
Oh,
great value Ryu and Ken. Get out of here, man. I mean, Double Dragon. It's a nice relative pass, but come on.
Double Dragon deserves its shot. They rebooting Hellboy, so why not Double Dragon?
Bro, I'm with him. It died out in the 90s, bro.
Final Fight's better. Castle Crasher, Scott Pilgrim's better.
Ooh, Scott Pilgrim, fuck out of here with Scott Pilgrim, bro.
Scott Pilgrim, the beat 'em up was really good
because he's too old, man. He think his kids.
Hey, Donovan, let me take the reins. Brother, I feel you. I feel where you're at. I understand where you're coming from. It was the gold standard, and it wrote the DNA for the beat 'em up genre. I agree with you.
Not just beat them up. They did it for the tournament too. They did it for the tournament.
And that's debatable, brother. That's debatable. I say Street Fighter and Tekken put on the tournament, but that's just me.
I mean, they started it, but they got characters from Double Dragon. They copied some characters and stuff.
Appreciate and love and understand where it came from, but their grandkids took over.
Battletoads was better. Battletoads was better. The X-Men.
Battletoads was whack. I love Battletoads.
But none of them got a movie. They picked the ones you naming are just video games. I thought you were talking about
better adaptations of what you talking about.
Well, I'm saying Double Dragon doesn't deserve adaptation because these games are better. I'm saying all those games are a lot better than Double Dragon and Double Dragons in the past, man. They were a lot better games than Double Dragon in terms of a side scroller beat 'em up. I mean,
I want to see a Ninja Gaiden movie.
I could see that. I could see it.
Because have you seen Scott Adkins ninja movies? Those are badass, and if they make it the caliber of those movies, that movie can do something.
I would like.
I can see Japan.
I don't think it's possible now, or very little possible. But I'd come for a ninja. You know, give me an animated version with Studio Trigger, and I'll be okay with that. Never mind.
Studio Trigger. I've never heard of that.
Look them up. Their animation is dope. and
I think
worked really well for Ninja Gaiden.
Crazy Taxi be cool live action. That'd be fun.
Oh,
Crazy Taxi,
Crazy Taxi, that'd be fun.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug's too old.
Animated,
But
yeah.
I would
Disney.
rather see a Dig Dug movie over a Pac-Man movie because
I'm crazy. Man, I like both, but a Dig Dug movie would work better.
Robot Chicken.
They did do
Robot
a
Chicken
Pac-Man movie. They did do a Pac-Man movie, didn't they?
No, they did an animated an animated series in the 80s, and they had his own cereal and everything. Cereal was good, by the way.
But Robot Chicken did a skit for Dig Dug as a movie, and that skit could work in live action.
It's a real concept, huh?
Yeah, it's about a guy working underground, and he has the suit and everything.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the creatures start coming after him, and he grabs his little push pipe, throws it in his mouth, and puffs him up. I'm all like, okay, that could work.
Adam Sandler did
It'll
all
be a
this.
little weird, but it could work.
Pixels, I mean, that's all retro shit. I mean, that's all the retro games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Paperboy, we need to do your Paperboy movie, D. Smith.
Bro,
Paperboy movie.
Nah, man, they already did a Paperboy movie, and it was a suspense movie.
Really good.
They did it for USA Network back in the day.
It ain't based on the game, man. It ain't the game Paperboy. That's different.
Nah, we good on that. Nah, no, thank you. We already got one, and that was good enough. Nah, we good on that.
Gex.
Gex? No, Donovan, stop. I'd rather get a Crash Bandicoot movie. Fuck.
Crash Bandicoot. Oh yeah, Crash.
I'd rather get a Crash Bandicoot.
I can see them doing that. They did Sonic. They'll probably do Crash Bandicoot the same way. So yeah, I can see them.
I say by the end of this decade.
Do we need to see God of War now? Can we? God of War. Can they actually pull that off?
I think that should be a TV show. Take all the games and make it one epic story.
One story, huh?
One epic story.
Yeah, I can see them condensing the conflicts. One season. I know most
people.
What
about lesser known games?
Each game will be a season. Do what? 5 good at.
I say split the first 2 games up into one season. Go ahead.
Do more TV shows. If we're gonna start getting better at it, because we're about to start getting better adaptations. We're living through a time where we get better adaptations, and things are moving more to streaming and TV shows. Mm-hmm. Give me long form narratives that are drawn out enough that you tell a good cohesive story, but short enough that we don't leave any unnecessary fat on there.
But they tried that with Castlevania on Netflix, and that was I tried my best, but I couldn't get into Castlevania on Netflix.
It was really good.
That was
in fact, that's
took too long for me.
Took too long to cook.
Right there.
It was all right, man. It was. I thought the animation and the voice acting and stuff was down to a science, but it's just something was missing from that. To me,
they captured that shit perfectly.
And then there's they need to go and hurry up and do Zelda then.
Yes.
Live action or animated?
I pay money to see.
They already did animation in the early 90s.
Movie. Animated movie or live action movie?
Any of them. I mean, any of them would probably do for somebody, because they've been waiting on it for so long.
Wait, you think Legend of Zelda?
I don't think Zelda's ever going to go to a movie. I think it's too niche.
I think come on, man. Lord of the Rings?
That's exactly what it is.
That's literally what it is. But only one guy. Just one guy instead of a party. You telling me that won't work? Come on, bro.
I don't know, man.
Come on, bro. If they hit all the right buttons, you don't think it could work? I think it could.
I think the story just...
I'm not even a big Legend of Zelda fan.
Mm-hmm.
If they do it really good in live act, even animated, I'll pay a full price to go see that. And I say that as someone who is not a Legend of Zelda diehard fan. I only like Link to the Past. That's my only favorite.
What about Golden Axe?
Golden Axe.
It's
so too niche.
If they're doing Dungeons and Dragons movies, they might as well go ahead and do Golden Axe.
it's a little too. I see where you're at, but it's a little too niche.
It's like
Only
He-Man and all
diehard
that.
Sega fans are really gonna care.
Only if Dungeons and Dragons reached $1 billion would they greenlight some shit like that. But I ain't.
He's asking for too much, bro.
I agree.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
can see
Zelda-
Zelda, actually. I can see Zelda for a TV show because there's a lot to the game. But I think you see it as a TV rather than a movie. That's a lot to cram
I'll
in.
take that too, but I'd rather have a movie, but I'll take a TV show if they can do that. Each season would be a game.
It'd be a game,
Different
yeah.
game.
That's a lot to cram for a 2-hour movie. The Zelda gameplay is a lot.
yeah.
But that's any video game franchise. If you think about it, anytime a franchise reaches 3 or 4 games, you know, a 2-hour movie ain't gonna cut it for any of them. So
That's true too. Narrative style and everything.
So they all of them, they would have to do TV shows or do a TV show that lead into a movie like they should have did with Mortal Kombat.
We're not
This
gonna
latest one.
we're not
latest.
gonna get Mortal Kombat. But I think they greenlit the second one anyway.
Anyway,
They
what
greenlit it.
else we got as far as
For releases?
Yeah. I'm looking right now.
I think we covered it for the most part.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, Fast 10 comes out May.
Justin, what's the last Fast and Furious movie you watched?
Oh,
You don't even remember.
6 or 7 of them, maybe.
Next question.
I mean, I lost track, man. I lost track.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna go there fucked up and talk during the entire movie.
It's a talking.
I mean,
movie.
they're not gonna
I'm
86
really-
this
I'm-
franchise
if
at
anyone
all,
gets mad at
man.
me, I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna go to the last show and just to be courteous. And I'm gonna be like, if
You're gonna be
y'all
real
taking
niggery.
this shit seriously,
Uh-huh.
something's wrong with you.
Oh man.
No, but it's like we've seen it before. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to see something different if you're going to have a franchise of movies, and we haven't seen too much different.
Mm.
You know, there was a few surprises last time I checked, but, you know, anytime you talk about going out in space with American muscle cars and NOS, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's time to go.
On a Jurassic Park, yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba doo.
That's some shit he would say while he riding on the damn
Damn
dinosaur.
Flintstones reboot.
Anyway,
And we still ain't got a Jetsons movie.
We had a discussion about the Hanna-Barbera.
And the Barbera movie. They could,
quality ones. Everything else is trash or just duplicates.
well,
I think
which
it's too stuck in the past. People don't know. Unfortunately, it's too stuck in the
I
past.
only
outside of
There's only a
Scooby Doo
few-
and Flintstones, they haven't
There's only a few
even
good-
tried to attempt.
I still need them to do Johnny Quest, man. I need a Johnny Quest.
They're not going to do it.
It's never gonna happen.
Come on, bro. You really think Johnny Quest couldn't work?
No,
I ain't saying it couldn't work, but they're not going to do it because they'd have done it already.
I didn't say all that.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone's doing well, man. He's selling cereals and cereal bars. He's doing good. Ice cream pops and
And
vitamins.
vitamins.
Yeah, Fred yabba dabba doo to the bank, bro. Like they're good. They don't need. I think he had a comic book a few years ago. It was actually
he
kind of
did.
good. But
I heard
Flintstones
it.
are good. Jetsons, man, Jetsons are gone, bro. They're dead. Jetsons
They
are
dropped the ball.
They're dead, man. Everything in the Flintstones, Scooby Doo. That's it. That's the last bit of it. But yeah, man. Look, I need to finish some assignments here before the end of the night. It has been good having you on here, man.
Yep.
Long overdue, bro. Long overdue.
All right.
Long
Yep.
overdue. D Smith, thanks for hopping in.
Always a pleasure.
For
All
sure,
right.
for sure. All right, catch you guys later. Thanks for all you listeners out there for joining us. Another new episode Behind the Scene podcast with the Mad Nucleus podcast. Justin, tell them where they can find you at, man, for your podcast.
On Spotify, Anchor, Google, Apple, and several other platforms I can't think of, but I'm there. That's where you'll find me. Mad
All right.
Nucleus Podcast.
Hell
Thanks
yeah.
for having me.
No problem, man. We got to argue some more sometime. We always got.
I think we already got that out of the way, man. Ain't nothing else to talk about, is it? Yeah, it's stuff to talk about, like music or wrestling, but we usually agree on music mostly, don't we?
Mostly, yeah. Wrestling,
Yeah,
I think
that ain't-
wrestling. I think we
I
might-
ain't
we
been,
might
I ain't
buy-
watched wrestling in 20 years, so you gonna have to all the new stuff. I ain't gonna participate in. I'm gonna just watch y'all argue.
Oh shit! You know, we'll have you back on for Flashpoint for sure because we gonna.
Oh hell!
Yeah, they gonna be on that. I know y'all gonna be on that.
We might have to do 2 live streams on Flashpoint. Just to let you know.
Oh hell!
Just 2 of them. Yeah.
Just two.
Citizen Kane. We
Bro,
might have to do 2 live streams on Flashpoint. That's Citizen Kane.
Y'all gonna make people get tired of that movie doing all them live streams, man.
We did a damn 3-hour live stream on the Batman.
Wow. Oh yeah, y'all did do that. I remember. I was listening.
And that shit, man. But hey, man, it's a pleasure, fellas. As always, thanks for you listeners checking us out. This is Behind the Scene Podcast and the Mad Nucleus Podcast. Signing out.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.